Hey, ladybugs, good morning. So maybe you could help me. Let me know if my audio is okay. I gotta be checking my audio in the morning. Hey, Deanna, is my audio good? My audio okay? I'll wait. Okay. I'm hoping this one works. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hey, viewers of you. Hey, MIA. Hey, Red Wings Hockey. Hey, Deanna. Who else came in here? Hey, Ladybugs. Okay, good morning, everyone. I'm hoping I got everyone. That darn dog. I'm hoping I got everyone. Deanna, are you going to go live? I'm up here looking to see who is going live so I could go listen while I get myself ready for the day and stuff. And I'm like, nobody's live. I hope you're going to go live later on, Deanna. Hey, Red Wings, thank you so much for letting me know that my sound wasn't okay. Are you going to go live, Deanna? We know you're good for a good early morning live. Okay. Let me know. Okay. So a girl is up early. Oh, you're just waking up too? Child, I fell asleep. And I was supposed to do something last night. Oh, you're gonna go back to sleep before pimping? Listen, I got up maybe half an hour or so ago, you know, checked on all that I needed to check on before I moved, to the YouTube pages and stuff. Girl, there's a lot going on. Apparently, there's a lot going on. And all of this stems from that one video that Kiki did. Kiki the female, that is. Then I'm hearing about those other two fake friends over there. They broke up again, or maybe broke up again. I'm not even gonna try to watch that or whatever. I don't know. There are some times that I just don't pay attention to some stuff here. Oh, what do I have to break down? View is a view, trust and believe. Man, I can't work and pay attention to all these stuff happening. I go in and I go out. I type a little bit in the chat, then I get out. There are a few lives that I can probably stay till the end, but I never stay long enough to get like the full gist of everything unless I do the replays and stuff. It doesn't always work unless I got my little earbuds to, pop in and comb that hair over it and stuff. I don't always get to learn. I don't always know everything. I'm looking for you to break down stuff. I go to you, or I go over there by the spaceship to listen, or I go over there by if Deanna is talking about it, or who else? Who else do I watch? Sometimes Jay Dunn will tell what's going on. I wait on the channels that I watch to know what's going on. Okay. So I don't know everything. So I'm gonna go see what Read the Heart of Philadelphia because I saw that. I don't know. I gotta go over there to what's her name? Oh, and Demetra did an interview also. I got so much to go red ball through. I don't even know if I got enough time to watch or listen to everything. There are so many content creators on here. Well, YouTubers on here, and there's so many hours in a day, so I just rely on certain channels that I go to like hear what's going on. And then half of some of these bitches, I don't watch them. I don't deal with them. So I don't even want to hear their voices. So I'm not subscribed to some of their channels. Yeah, a view. I've had to be speeding up. I listen to some of them on 1.25 or 1.5. Right. I can't watch everybody. But Demetra did an interview, so I gotta go check on that one. She did an interview with oh, she's not called Light Bright anymore. What is she? Little Pressure. Little Pressure. So, and I think that has something to do also with Pizarro because Little Pressure used to be her mod. So I gotta go listen to Demetra's too. There's so much to do. But and then there's work. And then there's making sure you're making the money. Okay, the real money, not the YouTube coins. Because trust and believe, if I ever relied on this here, I don't know. I could never. Maybe one day I'll take this thing seriously, but for right now, I could. Not right now. I got stuff to do. I got real moves to make out here on the road. Okay. Okay. Oh, Red Wing says, I'm on replay gang now because my schedule changes too much. Okay, cool. And then, there's the mess going on there with Nest and the Camel. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm not interested in watching any more of that. She was so much more, she had more to offer when she was doing her own thing. And I should have known something wasn't too right with her when she was willingly ready to write a whole letter for what they call him, Lord Valdemar or whatever his name is, the white dude, to go against iBabe. And then she just disappeared. She always does those disappearing acts. So maybe those two are really meant to be together because she does the disappearing acts from time to time. And then you have the celebrity camel over here who deletes her pages from time to time. And she, goes away when a little pressure catches her too. So maybe they're meant for each other. I don't know. But I'm really not feeling those two. So whatever. Block me if you need to. And for all of those who need to block me so you don't see me. If you don't like a bitch, don't you know what to do. The block button is right there. Okay. The fuck you mean? I don't even care at this point. Anywho, there are some people I don't want to see. I block them too. And then you got some moments that I really don't care. And I don't block you because I don't care. But then there are just some people I just don't want to see. And some of those bitches who talk one thing in one chat when they think I'm not around and then come around saying hi like everything is good. Bitch, bye. Fucking fake bitches on here. I can't stand some of you. But this is how the world is, full of fakes. Okay. Yeah, we got a lot of animals on the streets, ladybugs. We got dogs. We got pigs, as in the celebrity pig. We got camels. We got mules. We got a lot of them. Okay. We got quite a few animals on here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm only on here because I'm a little bit bored, and then I have a little time on my hands before I go get ready to start my day and hit the road to make some real money. Okay, yeah. But I was watching a video a while ago on YouTube. Um, I don't know if it's real or not. I'm gonna play it for you. I'm not gonna share the screen, but I'm gonna play the audio. And I don't know. Do you want to tell me what you think is going on in here? Hold on. A view says everyone is mad. But why are they mad of you? Why are they mad? Mad meaning upset, or mad as in mentally unstable? Because we got a lot of mentally unstable people on here who think they're normal. They are convinced that their actions are normal. And I say to myself, dang, I use these people and I say to myself, I don't want to get to that age and ever be like this, like that. Some of you are like, like Food Junkie says, case studies. Food Junkie says, some of you on here are case studies. You know, we can use you as an example of what not to be or how not to act. Hey, Miss Gerald, good morning. We can use you guys and see, okay, this is how not to act. Do you know some people got upset about me and what I had to say about the whole issue with 7 stars the other day? When are people going to get it through their heads that everybody's different? When are you guys going to get it through your heads that people do not always think the same way that you do? Right? And whatnot. Or whatever. When are you guys going to get it? Some people are so thin skinned that they get upset with you if you don't share the same views as them. What is so hard to understand that everybody is different? We're all unique in our own ways. Who blocked you? Go to all chat views of you. Man, I don't even care. Girl. You know, sometimes you do block people accidentally. You know, you never know. Because I blocked somebody accidentally the other day. And I'm saying, I can't see them. And I went and typed the name and I'm like, shit, when did this happen? So that happens sometimes. And then some people block you because they're just thin skinned and they can't handle, you having your own views. They want you to think and say stuff the way they see it. Uh-uh. There are billions of people in this world. If everyone saw things the same way, what would the world be like? So some people, I guess, weren't happy about what I said when I told people to stand in love and not fall in love, and that whenever you're dating people, you can't be jumping into stuff too quickly. And then I also didn't agree with some of the stuff that, and it's okay for you to feel for 7 stars. It's okay for you to feel for her because of what she went through, but you're not going to neglect the fact that she also put the man's children on her community wall. So are you just going to jump, skip, and hop over that because you want to talk about her feelings and stuff? You're going to jump, skip, and hop over the fact that she got upset with him and put his children on her community wall to talk about how they looked and had, what's it called? What's the thing that he has? People use the R word for it, but what? I don't remember what it is. Was that okay for her to do that? No. Mm-mm. And who is gonna go so batshit crazy over someone they're dating for a month or a little bit over a month? That's way too soon. And this is one of the reasons why I talked about this thing even yesterday. How long do you get to know somebody before you decide to open your legs? And I'm not just being hard on the woman, to the males too, because people claim to think that I am, what they call it, male identified. The fuck, male identified. You can't blame one person. You only heard one side of the story. You don't understand what the other person went through, but you automatically start defending the female. And I think everything should be balanced. I think we should take a balanced approach. We should see and hear both sides of the story. Okay, yes, it's bad that he ghosted her. Do we also know what happened prior? Do we know what happened? Do we know what they talked about? Do we know what happened leading up to those events? No, we don't. No, we don't. People need to take accountability for their actions, of you. You're so right. Okay. Do we jump, skip, and hop over the fact that those children were so quick to go up on her community page just because the dad left? And now she's talking everything bad about him. But when they were together, she wasn't seeing all of those stuff. Sometimes when you fall in love too quickly and not stand in love, that's what happens. I'm sorry. I am not falling over nobody. Okay. And that is why I do things differently. And I take my time to know the person first. And I do my due. Girl, if one thing my mother told me that stuck out in my head, you better research that person. And I don't mean research in a malicious way, but I'm going to learn about you. I'm going to learn about your family. I need to know if you got mental health issues. I need to know everything. Are you taking certain types of medication because you're not only I don't know if you're sick in the head. I don't want to experience that later on. I need to know your history. We need to know about each other. I'm sorry. And not only that, we some of you, it's the first time you're seeing and hearing about this Dusty guy. But for those who have been here long enough, they've seen him around way before this. They know where he's from. I think it's over there by the Manosphere, and I started seeing him first over there by Brianna's um page years ago. So we already knew what he came with. So all of a sudden, now that you're not with him anymore, you guys broke up, he's the worst person. You saw that shit. You saw that. They were making fun of him long before this. Now all of a sudden, hold on, I got a message. Hold on. Okay, good. Man, you got to put out fires all hours of the morning, I guess. Hold on. I got real stuff that I do on here. Okay. So, like, for some of you people that YouTube is your own business, I got stuff I'm responsible for. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. All right. Okay. What was I saying? It's so early to be dealing with this type of stuff. But, anyways, oh, yeah. So, like I was saying, it takes two. It does take two. We've been hearing only one side, and it's not fair. Even if the person is a bad person, we need to hear that side also so we can take a balanced approach to this thing and then decide. And you are also not going to act like some of the stuff she's doing isn't weird. You're not going to act like somebody exposing all sorts of intimate details about the person they were just with, telling people they loved and how they were jealous of their love and stuff. And now all of a sudden we're supposed to jump ship. I tell you, all the time these content creators take you guys on roller coasters with them, and they want you to take the ride every direction they go like you're freaking sheeps. I tell you, if tomorrow they get back together, what about all of you who were talking so badly about him? What are you going to do? Stand for something, and you don't have to agree with everything people do on here. Use common sense when it's necessary. Don't just be ruled by emotions. So it is what it is. And don't get upset with somebody because they don't feel or share the same views as you do on a topic. Just agree to disagree. And that's it. And move on. That's it. Okay, I'm hoping you guys can participate in this discussion. It's a simple thing that I was just watching before I came on here. I'm hoping you all are good. But anyways, so I was watching this video a while ago, and I want to do a little bit of commentary on it, or just hear what you feel about it. Now, this woman recorded this video. I want you to listen. She's been with this guy for 13 years. Okay? I'm going to play it. Hopefully you can hear. Hold on. Where does this money come from? I'm already explaining what's going on. He's staying here now. It is what it is. I'm not taking no child that's not mine that I didn't know about. You're not taking no child. We're married. I don't know this little boy. We married. When did this happen? I'm going to get to know him. I'm trying to tell you he's here now. I don't even know that's something I want to do. Why would I want to get to know a child? He's 11. That little boy ain't gonna listen to me no way. You've been here 13 years. Something has been down. I have to get my son. It is what it is. You gotta stay here now. No, that's too soon. I don't think I can handle this. I don't think that. No, this ain't right. This ain't right. Everything ain't right. We've been together 13 years. Who is your mama, baby? Who is the mama? It doesn't matter. It does matter. This happened when we was together. We had our issues throughout these years. Yeah, but I don't even know who the mama is. I never told you for a reason. What's the reason? You don't keep a child from nobody. You don't keep kids. You want my kids. I don't want to mess up with you. But now I have to put things there. You know, like that level we got together 13 years ago. So what you just went and had a baby with somebody else? Baby, did you hear that? Let me know if I need to play it again. We need to take out the key things from this video, or this audio rather. Did you hear that? Do I need to play it slower? I don't think I can. Hold on. Did you hear what just happened a while ago? I'm going to play it one more time. The important things that should stick out to you: the child is 11 years old. They've been together for 13 years old. They've been together for 13 years. And he didn't tell her about this child. Now, let me play it one more time. Let me play. I've already explained what's going on. He's staying here now. It is what it is. I'm not taking no child that's not mine that I didn't know about. You're not taking no child. We're married. I don't know this little boy. We married, mama. When did this happen? You want to get to know him. I'm trying to tell you, he's here now. I don't even know that's something I want to do. Why would I want to get to know a child? He's 11. That little boy ain't going to listen to me no way. You've been here 13 years. Something has been down. I have to get my son. It is what it is. You got to stay here now. No, that's too soon. I don't think I can handle this. I don't think that. No, this ain't right. This ain't right. Everything ain't right. We've been together 13 years. Who is your mama, baby? Who is the mama? It doesn't matter. It does matter. This happened when we was together. We had our issues throughout these years. Yeah, but I don't even know who the mama is. I never told you for a reason. What's the reason? You don't keep a child from nobody. You don't keep kids. You want my kids. I don't want to mess up with you. But now I have to put things there. You know, like that level we got together 13 years ago. So what you just went and had a baby with somebody else? Baby, views of you, you've been girl, views of you. If these people weren't so weird on here, I'd have told you a story, child. I would have told you a story. But thankfully, I'm not the woman I used to be, because I'll probably be locked up right now. Just thinking about it is getting me all riled up. But thankfully, I think stuff through before I do it, because like they say, prison is not a bed of roses, and I don't want to go there. I know my asthma will return if I should ever have to go in a small space like that around so many people. Ooh, child, views of you, what did you do, girl? Girl. Ooh, 2 kids. Not one, but 2? Girl, I know that must have been a shocker for you, right? Child. Mm-mm. I wouldn't either, girl. I wouldn't either. No marriage for me. Mm-mm. He wanted to get married and everything. Red Wings Hockey says, I think it's a skit because the man sounds like he's about to laugh any minute. Look at a view. A view said the man was ugly. Oh, you're kidding. Oh, God. Oh, Lord. Okay, so for those just coming in, we just listened to something a while ago, and I want you guys to tell me what you think. So from the audio that you heard a while ago, the guy, okay, so they're married. Both parties that you heard about a while ago, they are married. Okay. They've been together for 13 years. And what you don't know, since you're not seeing the video, is that the child is standing there looking at both of them arguing. The son is right there. Do you think they're just having a conversation by themselves? The boy is standing right there. The wife has the phone recording while the male is there pleading his case, the father. Okay. I'm going to play it one more time, just one more, and then we're going to go straight into it. Okay, let's go. Uh-oh. Come from? I already explained what's going on. You stand here now. It is what it is. I'm not taking no child that's not mine that I didn't know about. You're not taking no child. We're married. I don't know this little boy. We married, but when did this happen? You want to get to know him. I want to tell you he's here now. I don't even know that's something I want to do. Why would I want to get to know a child? He's 11. That little boy ain't going to listen to me no way. I know that. We've been together 13 years. Something has been down. I have to get my son. It is what it is. You got to stay here now. No, this too soon. I don't think I can handle this. I don't think that. No, this ain't right. This ain't right. Everything ain't right. We've been together 13 years. Who is the mama, baby? Who is the mama? It doesn't matter. It does matter. This happened when we was together. We had our issues throughout these years. Yeah, but I didn't even know who the mama is. I never told you for a reason. What's the reason? You don't keep a child from nobody. You don't keep you like we keep right when we mess up with it. But now I have to quit because I have to. You know, the baby 11. We got together 13 years ago. So what you just saying? Had a baby with somebody else? Girl, first and foremost, I don't, that's a lot. I won't even be arguing with him. I tell you, I'm a stepper. Oh, Lord. If he could hold on to that secret for 11 years, what else is he hiding? So let's see. Let's break this down real quick. So this man and this woman, they're married. They've been together for 13 years. This man, out of the blue, came with a child, a male child at that, just had him right there. They're standing there and he's saying, listen, this is my son. He's going to come here to live with us and you have to deal with it. And the wife is saying, no, this child is 11 years old. This means that this is something that was going on while we've been together because it's been 13 years since we've been together. So, how are you just going to take a child who is 11 years old and come and present them to me to let me hear? Hold on. How are you just gonna come here presenting an 11-year-old child to me and tell me, oh, he's gonna come live here, and I'm supposed to just take that as your wife? I'm supposed to just take that? You come here with an 11-year-old child, presenting him to me. I was never informed of him ever before, and then I'm supposed to just live with that? It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. I'm sorry. Ladybug says, call me official because I'm ghosting. Miss Gerald says, she's not wrong. He can't make her. Right. Listen to me. You right of view is a view. Let me choose that I want that to be a part of my family dynamics. Let me choose. You don't just drop the ball on me like that. You don't just come here dropping that news on me and I'm supposed to just roll with the flow. Well, if you want to live and I don't, trust me, because I love children. Trust and believe me. It's not that I would, you know, not want the child to live because the child has nothing to do with what both parents did. Trust and believe. The child has nothing to do with it. He didn't ask to be a part of that crazy situation. The child may be going through a lot with what went on at home. We don't know, with his mom and whatever. We don't know. But at the same time, we were dating, we were together. We are together for 13 years. And the fact that you have a child who is 11 years old, it means you knew about this child. You've been keeping it from me. And he also said it too, because she says, why am I just knowing about this? And guess what he said? He didn't tell her because he didn't want their relationship to break up. It would have been much better for you to tell me and let me choose to see whether or not I want to deal with, the repercussions of I will. You should have told me from then when you found out. So you found this out and you stood by this person for 9 months knowing. You came home to me every night knowing. Not only that, you are out there slinging dick, raw dogging people. I don't know if the bitch had anything. Let me stop saying bitch. I'm not that bad. Okay. I don't know. You've been putting me at risk for years and I didn't know it. The fact that you got someone pregnant means you're out there slinging the D without using any barrier method, no form of protection. And then you come home to me like everything is good and you're going to put that up in me? That's crazy. You've been having unprotected sex with people, and who else have you been doing it with? Does this mean there's another one out there that I don't know about? Are you crazy? And I'm supposed to just be okay with it? And you're going to say, okay, well, get to know him because he's coming to live. Coming to live, it depends on whose house that is. Could it be mine? Especially, I own my house. You're not going to come take that child in there and expect me to just work with the program that way. Excuse you? Did you buy this? Hello? Knock, knock. Did you buy this? Hello? And not only that, I don't know what type of situation you're having with the child's mom. I don't know if she's going to come to my home and try to hurt me. I don't know what type of drama you're going to be taking to my home. I don't know if she's going to have her goons sent to my house. Oh, this person. I don't know what type, how this is going to affect my whole security, my whole sense of security. You kept that thing a secret for 11 years. 11 whole years, and we're supposed to be together for 13 years. That is crazy. Does he have a sister that I don't know about? That's crazy. So let me see what you guys have to say. First and foremost, I would have to listen to what happened. Is it a case where you just found out? Did you that this child is yours? How did you find out? Is it something you've been doing behind my back? Did you go take a test, a DNA test that you didn't tell me about? And now that you found out, you're coming to put this on me, this burden on me? Again, the child has nothing to do with what happened. He didn't ask to be there. He didn't ask for his father to be a cheater or anything. So the child is not the one at fault right here. The dad is. And then you're not going to make me look like a terrible person just because I don't agree with what you're coming to me with. You're not going to let me look like I'm a terrible person because you went out and cheated and came with this 11-year-old boy in my house. You just came. You didn't even come talk to me first. You came with a child. The child is standing right there while you're talking to me, while you're presenting this new information on me. Did you ever think about how I would feel? You think about that part? That's crazy. Let me go to this chat. A views of you said, did he sign a birth certificate? There are too many questions to ask, right? A views of you. How is that going to affect our household? Does he have 11 years of back child support? And, you know, is this going to take food out of the mouths of my children when you come with this one in here? Child, let me see these comments. And I did drop the link for you if you want to come up and talk. Red Wings Hockey says, when I date, I am so thorough that I want to meet her parents or at least talk to her family members. I was talking about this yesterday about, falling in love too quickly and starting to have sex without knowing the person. If you're dating someone and they don't allow you to meet their family, they're not serious. You hear me? If they don't let you meet their mom, their dad, their sister, or anybody, or at least talk to them on the phone, they're hiding something or they don't know whether or not they want to be with you. It's plain as day. It's plain as day. And then you're not going to want to go try finding the brother and the mother to interview and ask questions after the breakup. Girl, you should have talked to them before. See how serious this is. Let me not digress. Okay, let's go. 13 years and an 11-year-old son outside of the marriage. He was out there having unprotected sex. Ooh, we got Absto in here. Absto, the maker of my channel, is here. Ow. A View says, why did he tell her now? He kept it a secret for 11 years already, right? Right? And then, of course, when you're married, things are different because sometimes their financial burdens become your financial burden. You see what I'm saying? Thank you for liking the video, of you. Hey, Heat Wave. Good morning. Ladybugs, that's the first thing I said. That's the first thing when I watched the video this morning. That's the first thing I said. Why are they having this conversation in front of the child? The child does not need to hear all of that. Can you imagine what the child is going through right now, listening to his supposedly stepmom and his father argue about him and hearing that he was hidden from her for 11 years, hearing that his mom cheated or his dad cheated Wow, this man was married. They've been together for 13 years. Married. And you're going to come to me and let me know that, oh, I have an 11-year-old son. And you're just going to have to deal with it. He's coming here to live. Live where? Good morning, 300. Hey, everybody coming in. Please like the video. Ladybug says that's what makes me think it's not real. It's probably, I don't know. I think it's real. This poor boy, let me look at his face. Child, this boy is just standing there looking. He just came with the child, and this guy standing there like he is so right, like nothing happened. He's staying here now. It is what it is. I don't know this little boy. We married, Mom. When did this happen? I want to get to know him. I want to tell you he's here now. I don't even know that's something I want to do. Why would I want to get to know a child? He's 11. That little boy ain't gonna listen to me no way. I know that we've been together 13 years. Something has been down, man. Get my son. It is what it is. You gotta stay here now. No, something just happened and he had to go get his son. Look at the poor boy's face. We've been together 13 years. Who was your mama, baby? Who was the mama? It does matter. This happened when we were together. We had our issues throughout these years. I don't even know who the mama is. I never told you for a reason. What's the reason? You don't keep a child from nobody. We don't keep here with my big kids. I don't want to mess up nothing. But now I have to quit. You know, like that 11, we got together 13 years ago. So what you did was had a baby with somebody else. Oh my goodness. That man is a piece of, you know what? Let me say Dee. Man is a piece of Dee. Okay. He is a piece of Dee. This woman, do you think this woman really owes him anything? Do you know how much responsibility he is putting on her right now? He's putting a lot of responsibility on her right now. He is. The child didn't do anything wrong, but now she's going to have to step in as a mom for this child, discipline the child, take care of his needs, knows what he's allergic to, not allergic to. What if he comes and he's a rude little boy? Who knows? She has to be dealing with everything. The audacity of this man. I am sorry. Divorce would be in order. Okay. If you hid this from me for 11, 12 years, actually, what else have you been hiding from me? What else would you do? I'm going to be seeing this child as a mom. I'm going to be seeing this child every day. And then I'm going to say to myself, what else did he do? What else? Who else did he do? How many other children did he have? He put her at risk. He put her health at risk. You are out there cheating and you're not using condoms. It's as if condoms are out of, is there like a, condoms are out of fashion, I guess. It's too old school for some people, I guess. He didn't even have the courtesy, even though it's still not a courtesy, but he wasn't even responsible and he didn't respect her enough not to cheat. And secondly, he was cheating and didn't even respect her enough to wear a condom. I'm saying, let me see. T. Evans wrote something. Let me go find it. Hold on. T. Evans says, I know a situation like this, and this, hold on. I know a situation like this, and the mom passed. The father was married and had to, ooh, girl. T. Evans, that's a sticky situation. And then if you left as a woman, it would look so bad. Ooh, I would be so mad. Because if the mom didn't pass, that means I would have never known about that. I would be so shocked too. Let me see. I know a situation like this, and the mom passed. The father was married and had to bring the child home. All hell broke loose, and we were in such shock. T. Evans, did they end up staying together in the long run? Did she end up staying with him? Dang, I don't know if I could do this. Ooh, it depends. Was the child born before we got in this relationship? Ooh, this is so much. It is a lot to deal with. I don't know. I don't know. Ooh, I don't know if I could accept people and their cheating ways. The child is always the innocent one in all of this. So you want to make sure you don't want the child to lose one parent and then, ooh, this isn't, ooh, I don't know if I could deal with it. 300 says that's why I'm single. But not everybody is the same thing. You could still give love a chance. Men can be such dogs. I'm not going to lie. They can. But you know what? Companionship is good, and not only just companionship. When people both parties respect each other, that is good too. It's the respect, for each other. But at the same time, companionship is good too. And you set the ground rules from the beginning, you should be fine. It's a lot of responsibility. Viewers of you, I don't know if they have their own kids. I'm not sure. I probably need to go do a follow-up of that video. I'm gonna go follow them and see what's going on. Because that's just crazy. It is crazy. And then the man has the nerve to come talking about it is what it is. I already explained this to you. It is what it is. So you're going to tell me because you just came and sprung this new information to me that you got a freaking kid, I'm just supposed to take it like that? Red Wings Hockey says, not sounding sexist, but she sounds like a hothead. Who wouldn't be upset? Who wouldn't be upset? She sounds like a hothead who would have probably tried to fight first, then ask questions. Maybe, maybe not. But at the same time, she's very upset. He just took the child there, presented her in front of her, just presented the child out of nowhere. And, you know, he expected her to just deal with it. If she knew before or understood the situation before, she could have made accommodations for the child, found out about what now probably she's going to be the only one taking him to school, dealing with everything, because he's just going to, plop and drop that child, and she's going to have to be left with all the responsibilities. He may work a lot. She may have to deal with him being rebellious and stuff. You never know. It's a lot. It's a lot. Mm-mm. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, and more wows. And who to tell if they're still in a relationship right now? Who knows if he's still with that woman and they just had like a situation and he decided to take the child? Who knows? Man, I don't know what I would do. Would you call CPS on him or the wife? I would need to know what's going on. Maybe I'll be calling my lawyers. I'm sorry. And a conversation like that, you don't have it directly in front of the child like that. You should have an adult conversation amongst you two. You don't have the child standing listening to you two fight about whether or not he's going to live in the home or not. You know how that can scar a child? Mm-mm. That is crazy. That is just crazy. Let me go down and see the comments. Mm-mm. Ladybug says another thing is who clicks the live button to have this conversation. Apparently, in the world we live in now, Red Wings hockey, everything people overshare on here, and for some people who are reserved like myself, I don't think I owe the world anything. I don't have to tell you about my life. I don't need, but in this world where social media is everybody's business these days, and everybody thinks everything they do has to be shared, everything they say has to be shared. This is the world we're living in. And also, maybe she did this to keep a record for herself, but she could have just did the video by herself without having to go live, because she maybe wanted to have that, to use. Maybe she was so shocked she had to. I don't know. Who thinks about doing that when confronted with a situation like this? I don't know. I don't know. Ladybug says all of it baffles me. confused of you. Please wait until you're old. I used to tell that to my mom. I said, woman, would you just wait until you're old and stop acting old? Miss Gerald says she knows a similar story. What happened? I would want to know. Hold on. If I know I can accept kids. Right. Let me know before and let me figure out whether or not I want to be a part of that situation. Don't just put me in there. I didn't volunteer for this shit. I married you, but you don't come to me with a child that you made outside of the marriage and then expect me to be just okay with it. Some women do that because they know it's not the fault of the child. I get it. But the attitude that this male came with, girl, I'll be calling the lawyers because I'll be trying to figure out where. No counseling is enough to deal with that shit. Red Wing says she doesn't sound reasonable to me, and I could be wrong, but some women aren't always so emotionally driven. Okay. Mm. Oh, the mom passed away. Oh, and the guy took the child in. Ooh, T Evans. Oh, this is a follow up to what T Evans said earlier on because she knew of a situation where this happened, and the child's mom passed away, and the husband had to take the child into his home. I asked her earlier on if in the long run they were still together. Okay. Yes, they're still together. The child was definitely born while they were together. The mom was sick, and the hospital called the dad to come get the child. Ooh, what's the child? Ooh, are you serious? So is it that the baby? This is when she actually had the baby in the hospital? Is that when it happened that the doctors called at that time? Ooh, dang. Ooh. 300 says y'all need to accept these outside babies when men get women pregnant. It's a ooh, ooh. Need? Did you use the word need? You probably meant to say we can think about it or consider. Need? Need? I don't need to do nothing but be black and die. I don't need to do nothing but be black, drink my water, eat what I I don't need to do nothing but be about my business, making sure I'm doing something productive with my life. Drink my water, mind my business, stay black, and die. That's my role here on earth. Okay. Oh, I take care of my family, and that's it. Okay. Hold on. Let me finish reading this thing. If y'all get pregnant from another man while married, y'all gonna lie and say it's. Where is the all from? Where is the you all coming from? 300. Who is gonna lie? And ah ah. If you get pregnant from another man while married, you're gonna say it's your husband's baby. God forbid. Well, it wouldn't happen to me. But if that ever happened, I would never lie and say it's my husband's baby. Now, when there are so many opportunities for DNA tests, I'm not gonna live with that lie for the rest of my life. I got a whole conscience out here. I would never do that because you're gonna have situations that may come up, and who knows, blood needs to be donated. You never know. I wouldn't do that. I could never do something like that. Mama's. T. Evans says he had no choice but to take the child home because she had no other relatives. The child still lives with them, and the son they already had together in their marriage. Okay. Red Wings Hockey says, I agree with you, Carrie, as well, but I've dated some hot-headed women, and I don't fight women, but my sisters do. So let me get this straight, Red Wings. You are the one who chose to go out and deal with hot-headed women. You knew they were hot-headed before. You still chose to stay in the relationship. And then you go out of now your sisters. You're gonna introduce your sisters to the craziness that you put yourself in. Now your sisters may go fighting that same hot-headed woman, may lose a limb, may get hurt, may get locked up because of where you chose to put your dick. Is that what you're saying to me, Red Wings? You're going to put your family members in your relationship. Now, if something happens and they just happen to, want to come help you out, that's a different situation. I've been in situations that I should not have been, where my friend may have been with somebody who is a no good person. We've had to go on a few missions, and I was ready to fight and stuff. Those were the good old days. Those were the good old days, but I would never do that again. That's when you were young and you just don't care to an extent. That you're just ready for whatever. That's your friend, and if a girl is gonna come up there, you just know you're gonna step in. But I'm not gonna put family and friends in situations that will hurt them. Okay. It does happen all the time of you. Let me try to go through these comments a little faster. T. Evans says he had a choice. He could have left the baby at the hospital and they would put the baby. Well, okay, mm, I understand that. 300 T. Evans. That is crazy. That is so crazy. That wife, I don't know if I could feel comfortable. I'll be so sad about what happened. And I know the child has nothing to do with it, but I could never look at my husband the same way, because it means you violated my trust. We took vows together, and you stepped out of the marriage, and I don't know if I could really look past that. I don't know if I could. I'm not sure I could, because I don't know if I would want you to touch me after this. I don't know. And you made a whole baby, and you were lying, and you must have been there, you know hospital visits and all of that stuff. You're living a double life. So I'm just going to politely walk away so you could live the life you've always wanted to. I'm all about giving people the opportunity to do what they want to. You're not going to have me here looking like an idiot or feeling, less than. Mm-mm. Oh, this is Red Wings. This is a follow up to what we were talking about. This is the day of social media where everybody puts everything online, unfortunately. Red Wings Hockey says, my sister was proposed to, and the man met our dad, but didn't say, ooh, what? Are you serious, Red Wings Hockey? The man proposed to your sister, met your dad and everything, but he was married? Dang, you man, I'm telling you. Darn, so what did he think was gonna happen? Dang, what was he trying to commit there without getting a divorce? Darn. T. Evans says, no, not when she had the baby. Apparently, the ambulance brought the child's mom to the hospital, had no choice but to take the child as they lived alone. Oh, I got you. I got you. T. Evans, the mom was asked who to call to come get the child. She gave the dad's name and number. She died suddenly within minutes after that. Oh, no. Heat wave. I don't know if you didn't hear the audio, but I'll tell you what happened. I'm not sure if you heard it after, because I'm a little bit behind it in the chat. But what happened is, this man is in a relationship. He's married 13 years. He's been with his wife. He suddenly came home with a child who is 11 years old and told her, this is what's going to happen and you have to accept it. This is my 11-year-old son, and he's gonna come live with us, and you're gonna have to deal with it. And she's like, you can't just take a child in like that. I don't know his mom. I don't know anything about him. He's not gonna listen to me. Why do I have to just accept this? And he's like, and why didn't you let me know about this? And then he's like, I didn't want to tell you when this happened, because I didn't want our relationship to break up. And he was adamant that she's going to have to deal with it, and this is his son, and this is what's going to happen. He's going to live there. Something came up, and he's got to live here. You don't spring stuff like that. That's basically. And while they were there arguing, the poor child was there listening, standing there with his head down, and at one point looking at them both. So sad. It's crazy. Mm-mm. Abuse says I'm a computer. No, I think Pizarro is a computer, according to her. So they do. They do. Mm-mm. A Views of You says if the partner cheats and brings an outside child, the money and the marriage stops. Hey, Connie. Connie girl. Connie, what would you do in this situation? Did you hear the audio, Connie? Connie, what would you do? I know what I would do. I would have to, have a conversation with the mom. I would have to, this conversation would not have happened in front of the child in the first place. And I'm not sure I would stay, to be quite honest, especially with the attitude that he came. He wasn't remorseful about the fact that he cheated and or the fact that he kept it from me for 11, 12 years. The fact that he cheated on me, so I don't know. That means this was 1 year into the relationship that you did this. Okay. So I don't know. Connie says she's driving and listening. Okay. Did you hear the audio, Connie? 300 says in most states, if a married woman gets pregnant, whether it's the husband's baby or not, the law still considers that baby to be the husband's, especially if he signs a birth cert. Well, you're gonna take your baby and you're probably gonna have to go. Probably. It depends on the situation. It depends on the situation. Cause I'm not even gonna think about the child. I'm thinking about you freaking cheating on me. I'm gonna think about you lying. I'm gonna think about you keeping that away from me for 11, 12 years. That's what I'm gonna be thinking about. I'm not even gonna think about the child as yet. That I haven't gotten past the cheating and the lying and the double life yet. The child is innocent. The child has nothing to do with it. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Yeah, we can. And that is why I continuously say don't take kindness for weakness, because some people think that once you're soft spoken and stuff, that you're supposed to be, oh, poor Carrie and stuff. They take sweetness for weakness. Do not ever confuse the two. Okay. Thank you, Heatwave. Hey V, good morning. Hey girl. Ooh, let me see. Oh, I'll play it one more time. Let me see. I don't joke a lot, but that's a real okay. Child, Red Wings. I can't believe somebody would do that. He proposed to your sister and he was still married. That's a dangerous man right there. Where's the child's mother? I have no idea where that child's mother is. I'm gonna play the audio one more time. Ooh, I got heat wave in the back. I didn't notice. Hold on. And I dropped the link if anybody else wants to come up. Let me make sure it's heat wave because we got weirdos on here. Hold on. Hey, heat wave.
Hey, good morning. Good morning,
Good morning,
everyone.
heat wave.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Fine. I'm hanging in here. Hanging in here. I haven't been feeling well,
You're sounding a
but
little bit sick.
uh,
You sound a little bit sick, like you're under the weather.
yeah, I'm not feeling too well, babe, but I'm feeling
Oh
much
no.
better, and I'm glad I caught you this morning.
Oh, thank you
So
for
the
putting up.
medication have my sleeping habits is all messed up. So
Oh,
anyway, I like this topic because I came in late, so I didn't know what you were speaking about, and that's why I asked for a recap. So
do you
this
want to
man.
hear it?
Oh
Did you
no,
hear it?
but I heard you answered, so I don't know.
Okay.
You said this man. Let me say what I comprehend from it, and then maybe you could so I don't want you to hold up the chat for me. So the
Okay.
man, a husband, got a child, outside the marriage, brought this child to his wife or his family, right, and just presented this child to his
Mm-hmm.
wife, right? And say, this is
Mm-hmm.
my child and you have to deal with it. Is this
Yep.
some kind of joke?
That is what somebody else was saying in the chat. They were saying this has got to be staged. I don't think it is though. I think it's
To
real.
deal with it?
Yeah,
That's
he's
what
saying
he's
you're
going
just
to
gonna
tell
have to
her?
deal with it. Oh yeah.
You know, Carrie, listen. I don't know. To me, well, it could be very much be truth, but you know what? That's going to make me have more questions, right? Because somebody just doing something like that and going outside of a relationship, whether you're married or not, right? That is so deceitful, right? And on top of that, you're
Exactly.
gonna come and tell your partner, your wife, your husband, listen, I had this child, deal with it. Unless did she do something? Did she do something before or whatever? Now it's a get back that he don't even give a damn, because that don't make no sense. As human beings, we're gonna feel a certain way. That is very
Exactly.
scary. And what happened to that to the child's mother? Where's the child's mother?
Exactly. That is why I'm saying I would want to talk to her too to see what's going on. Because I don't know if you're putting my life in danger. I don't know what's the situation. I don't know if she's gonna try to harm me because because she be resenting me for so called taking her child from her or stuff. You never know, and you don't know
Because the
what
whole
type of crazy family she has too. Because I maybe get hurt in the process. You
but
never know.
listen, because I'm getting very upset because I listen have two situation like that close to me. You hear me?
Oh
And that's you see
really?
how fast I jump up here, right? Now,
Oh.
first of all, years ago I used to hear people saying, I ain't taking care of nobody, children, and da 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 da. And I used to say, they're so mean. What the child have to do with it? That's true, what the child have to do with it. But the mother, if she's alive, why the hell are you bringing this child to me? You understand what I'm saying? First of all, you don't bring, let's say it's a sense of, it's something like the child is being not cared for, right? Where he's at. Maybe it could be an abusive boyfriend. She has the child's mother, it's with or whatever. So you thought it best. It's an unsafe environment for. Anyway, now what he should have done. Let's say the wife didn't do anything. This is just what happened. He's in a passion for what's going on there. That something provoked him, you know, or urged him that he had to bring his son, and to be with him or whatever. He had a right. He should have relatives, somebody, somewhere, someone, a friend, someone, right, to hold this child over for a couple of days and sit and speak to your wife and let her know what happened. You understand? Let her know what happened. Because at the end of the day, yes, that's your child. But you held this lies so many years. And if they're together 13 years and he had the child is 11, that means when the child was born and he knew about the child, he should have said something because the marriage was still young. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know if if it
Exactly.
makes sense.
He should have said something as the if he found out early, he should have told her early. Let
Correct.
her decide what she wanted to do then.
Correct. Correct. That's how I look at it because that is so. Listen, I don't think it's a difference with something happening now and you know about it now. But when somebody could hold such a secret, unless you see, we don't know how long he knew about a child. That's the next thing
That's
too.
another part of it.
Yep. So we
How
can't say
long did he
anything.
know? But the
I
fact
don't know
that
if
he
he.
knew,
Mm,
you know, how
he knew
long did he
about it.
know? And not only that, how long has he been living a double life? Because was he
There you
still
go.
with her
There
the
you go.
entire time?
There you go. You
You
see,
know,
so they need to say everything so that people will make judgment. Because if we don't know how long he knew about this child, you understand what I'm saying? What was the circumstances and all of that? Because something is not making sense to me. Okay, he brought the child home. So if this child was the wife didn't know anything about the child for 11 years, why now? You know what I'm saying? Why now? 13 years into the marriage and you just bring the child. Something we missing here. Something there. Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
something will be missing. Somebody's gonna be missing because either you're leaving or I am leaving. Because
Yeah,
if I don't
because
get to talk to that mom to know what's going
mm,
on, to have adults conversation, all three of us, you know, if I can't do that, if you don't have the common, if you're not, he doesn't even respect her enough to have a calm conversation with her about it.
exactly.
You come in and tell me, oh, you're gonna have to deal with it. Oh, I didn't tell you because I didn't want our relationship to break up. Well, now it's gonna break up, you big boo.
That's right.
Now it's gonna go because you're a liar.
I
You're a
wish,
liar.
I wish they have a lot of assets because you know what? Because she's gonna walk away with most of it.
Yeah.
The judge
Hey,
is gonna,
TC.
everybody's gonna agree with her. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then he's gonna make it seem like she's the worst person. Like she doesn't have
he stayed
you
with
know
her for 13 years.
right.
So what's his
God.
problem? That is gonna
And
float away.
and then if she doesn't accept the child, everybody's gonna start making her seem like she's the bad one. But she's not the one who went out cheating. You know what I'm saying? She had nothing to do with that. He
Um,
did. So why does
look,
she have to deal with that? And and
people,
and just imagine how that is hurting her too, because she's not only having to deal with
exactly.
the fact that a child came in, she has to deal with the pain of knowing what her husband did by stepping out of the relationship, about out of the marriage.
You know how bad that marriage
They
is?
took
That
vows
marriage is
together.
fractured beyond fractured.
Right. It
Because
is
first of
something
all, how would you
it's gonna
think?
haunt her.
Exactly. And wouldn't you think that maybe what else is he not saying? Is there any more kids out there?
Exactly.
If I was she, I was the first thing I was going to the doctor, child.
Right. Are there any more kids? Are there any more children out there? What
Yep,
else do
my
I need to
dear.
know?
Yep.
Do I need to go get tested? Because you're out there slinging without no protection. Do I need to go get
Exactly.
tested?
Exactly. Exactly.
And I'm telling you, you'll be a
Okay.
good wife. You'll be home doing everything you need to do, taking care of your husband, taking care of your children, making sure you're not cheating, and then they'll just go out there slinging their D all over the place without protection, and they come home to you, who's doing everything you need to do,
Mm-hmm.
and they come let those packages off on you, those STDs or whatever, and they mess your life up because of them not, being
Can I
faithful.
when you finish, can I tell a little short story of something with a child, but just showing the difference and I mean to say human being is going to be human being, and in a situation like that, I would like to ask you what you would have done, and to ask the chat what they would have done in a situation like this. So whenever you permit me,
Okay,
you know.
I'm just gonna go play the audio one more time because
Yes,
somebody else
yes,
just asked. Hey
yes.
TC, good morning. Hey everybody coming in. So we're want to know what we're talking about? Let me play the audio one more time. This is the final time I'll play it, so you guys can know what we were talking about. Let me cue it up. Oops. This man has been in a relationship with her for 13 years. Let's go. Where's this money come from? I've already explained what's going on. You stand here now. It is what it is. I'm not taking no child. That's not mine that I didn't know about. You're not taking no child. We're married. I don't know this little boy. We married, but when did this happen? You want to get to know him. I'm not taking you straight out. I don't even know that's something I want to do. Why would I want to get to know a child? He 11. That little boy ain't going to listen to me no way. We've been together 13 years. Something has been down now. Get my son. It is what it is. You got to stay here now. No, this too soon. I don't think I can handle this. I don't think that. No, this ain't right. This ain't right. Everything ain't right. We've been together 13 years. Who is the mama, baby? Who is the mama? It doesn't matter. It does matter. This happened when we was together. We had our issues throughout these years. Yeah, I didn't even know who the mama is. I never told you for a reason. What's the reason? You don't keep a child from nobody. We ain't gonna keep you. Everybody, we kids. I don't want to mess up with you. But now I have to put everything. You know, the baby 11. We got together 13 years ago. So what you just went and had a baby with somebody else? Was the audio okay, guys? Did you hear it loud enough? Because I'm not sure. Were you able to hear it, Heatwave?
Yes, yes, I heard it.
Oh Lord. Okay. So that's what we were listening to. And the child was standing there the whole time. That child is hurt. Okay. He was there talking about, oh, well, you gotta deal with it. You gotta deal with it. You gotta get to know him and stuff. And I'm like, really? Okay. All right. Okay, whatever you say. So that's what I watched and came on here to ask you guys what you thought, and I also dropped the link. What would you do if your husband came home saying that to you? Let me know what you would do. The link is in the chat. Let me know what you would do had that happened to you. Okay. All right, Heatwave, you could go ahead. You said you had a similar story. that
Yeah,
you wanted to
yeah,
share?
yeah,
Okay.
yes. Okay. About a good set of years ago, right? My hairdresser. We had gotten kind of close. Anyway, so I saw her looking sad one day, and I said, "What happened?" And she said she would, soon she'll be closing the shop. So I'm like, "What?" Well, when you hear your hairdressers, where are you gonna open back? She said she don't know until further notice. So I said, "Why?" Because she's doing good business there and whatever. So then, she was finished with me, so I was getting ready to leave, and she asked me if I could stay a minute. She wanted to say something to me. And she told me that her husband, she didn't have kids, right? She didn't have kids. So she tried everything, right? But to no avail. Anyway, so what happened now? Her husband was, he's to travel, a lot. I don't know if it's a business or what, I never asked. But the year, I think a couple of months prior, he had came back before he went again, and he told her that he have a child. So I could imagine the shock as she was telling me that. Oh, this woman was crying. It's not, young woman. And I said, "What?" And she said, "Yes." And I said, "Oh my goodness. So maybe that's is the woman he was going after. Like he had an affair. So that's he was traveling like that." But she stopped me. She said, "No, no. It was about they had some business overseas." So I said, "Oh, okay." So I said, "Well, how we got entangled? You sure?" And whatever. What she told me, this was an arrangement. Listen to this. This was an arrangement because his parents, they're well off. He's the only child for the parents, right? So they, in their belief, their customs, the child must give them a grandchild or he would lose all inheritance. Okay? So what they did, they paid some woman to carry this child. So when the baby was born, right, all the time that the girl was pregnant or whatever, he didn't tell the wife anything or what happened on one of his travel over there. When the baby was born, he told her that they have a baby. And she said, "What are you talking about?" So she thought it was an adoption, he was speaking of. And he said, "No, that is his biological child." And she said, "How?" And then he told her what was what. So now she told me she went to her pastor, and the pastor told her to bring him to church. So he had to stand. What? The pastor called her up and he dropped to his knees and he asked for forgiveness from her. And what then the pastor say, no, she turned and she told him to ask for forgiveness from the congregation. He said, "No, no, I'm not gonna do that." And that is that. So I asked her what she's gonna do. And she said, "No, they're split up and she's gonna start looking for divorce. A divorce lawyer and whatever, whatever." So she asked me what I would have done in a situation like that. So honestly speaking, if I say that I was gonna leave my husband for that, you know, I'd be lying. If I said I was gonna stay with him, I'll be lying because I don't even know what I was gonna do because that situation there. But anyway, fast forwarding, she left him. She left him. She left him because he was planning to bring the baby up, and he wanted her to go down to get her name on the birth certificate, something like that. So the girl just was paid to bring this like a surrogate mother. But the only thing is what I'm saying. She was saying, "Well, why didn't he tell her
Did the sound go out? I'm not sure what happened. Let me know if you guys can still hear me. But I'm not sure what happened a while ago. I can't hear Heatwave anymore. If you can still hear her, let me know because I don't know. I switched. What happened? I'm not sure what happened, and she's not muted, so I don't know. Her sound is out. Okay, so I don't know. She probably have to go out and come back in. But in a situation like that, girl. Mm-mm. Oh, heat wave went out. Okay. Okay. I'm not sure what happened. I'm not sure what happened, but Heatwave was just given a story a while ago. I don't know. Heatwave, you're gonna have to probably click the link again. I don't know if I should take her down and then have her hit the link again. I don't know. Let me drop the link. And the person who was clicking the link, I wanted to let her finish and then you could go ahead. I didn't want to be clicking on the doorbell while she was talking. There we go. There goes the link. Heatwave, if you can hear me. Nobody's hearing you. So you could probably drop down and then click the link again or something because we can't hear you. And hold on. She's muted right now. Hold on. Okay. Okay. She's the one who muted herself. So maybe she's doing something. Maybe she's doing something. So she's the one who muted herself. Okay. All right. So in a situation like this, I would be upset with my husband. Why? Because you could have been mad enough to come and have a conversation with me. You could have respected our marriage enough to have the conversation with me. And then let us decide how we were going to go about doing it. Do you want to get a surrogate to carry the baby or not? Whatever it was, we could have talked about it and come to a conclusion, as man and wife. I don't think I could deal with something like that because what else would you do? That's always what I think to myself. What else would you do if you could go behind my back and do that for 10 months? And not only 10 months, you could also be planning to do this months prior to this. Who knows, a year prior to this? The whole process of finding a surrogate, everything that you had to do, you know? Yeah, money's involved. I get it. But hear what? Respect is important too. You got married to me. We're supposed to be in this thing together. We need to have the conversation together. That's what I think. And let's come to a conclusion. Let's come to a common ground. Let's see if I want to do it. Don't spring shit on me. That's what I can't deal with this type of stuff. And I'm probably the one to go to. Like I don't believe in sitting down and taking crap from people. I just don't. And I'm all about my health in the long run and my happiness. I want to keep myself in the end I'm trying to figure out how to to live a nice long healthy life. And if you're one of them who's going to bring me stress and all of that, you're going to go or I'm going to go, but somebody has to go. I'm all for that. I'm not about sitting in misery. I am not. I am not sitting down in misery. There's always a way out, and I'll go. Trust and believe. Some things you just don't need to even talk about for me. Mm-mm. I'm sorry. Isaiah says that surrogates was an excuse to cheat and the side chick got pregnant. That's what you think, Isaiah? Who knows? I don't know. I don't know. he could have had the discussion with me. You know, as a wife, you're gonna just go behind. It just, to me, it screams lack of respect. That's what it screams to me. You don't respect me enough. That's what it says to me. You just don't respect me enough to even think that it was okay for you to come talk to me about this. You know, that's just how I feel. I'm not sure what's going on with Heat Wave, but if you are in the situation that we were talking about earlier on, you could click the link and let me know. And do you know somebody who's had to deal with stuff like that? While I'm speaking right now, somebody in my family that happened. That happened, and they took the child in, raised the child like it was their own, and that child became an adult and still shows love to that person, still calls the person mom, you know? So that was really good. 300 for me, it's never about money. It's trust and believe, cuz the love of money is the root of all evil, and it'll also make you live a very uncomfortable life. Money is not the root of all evil. It's the love of it. It makes you do some strange things. It makes you do some crazy things. Some people will, you know, take another person's life for money. Some people will lie on people for money. Some people will sell their own self or other people out for money. You know, and she says it actually happened. It's somebody she knows. Isaiah. 300, if the man respected me, he would have had the conversation with me prior. Yeah. It shouldn't have been done behind my back. That's what I'm trying to say, Isaiah. Money is good, but not all the time. If misery comes with the money, it's a no for me. If misery comes with the money, it's a definite no for me. Okay, Heat Wave is back. I'm gonna make sure it's her. Hold on. Where's my thing? Who's at the door?
It's me. It's me.
Okay, let me take this down. There you go.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened to my phone a little while ago. Yeah,
Okay.
so that was it. Yeah, she left
So
it.
you're saying,
Mm.
let me get this part clear, Heat Wave.
Uh-huh.
You're saying that the woman was unable to bear children?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. So I
Uh-huh.
can understand that part. But why didn't the husband see it as necessary to have that conversation with her that he wanted to try to use a surrogate? That's the part that I can't understand.
He was blaming it on his parents to say like the parents like order him to do that. But I still, you see, like I said, I don't know, about those religious people because they believe in certain things. So I was asking her because what happened? She is okay, they're from Africa, right? But she's not from the same uh anyway, she's her belief is not of his people belief, right? So yes, she said yes, they would do things like that if they were in Africa, right? If they were in Africa. She said first of all, he was not going to able to marry to her, and if even he had went against his parents and married to her, the minute she could not bear children, that marriage was going to be over, right? Done. So anyway, so there you have it. So it's I don't know how much is the inheritance that he was not willing to give up, you know.
I
So
understand.
mm,
I'm sorry. I understand that he wanted to make sure he got his inheritance. I get
uh
that part, but the part that I'm trying to figure out is how much do you respect your wife enough? That's the thing.
correct.
If she is unable to carry his children, and he wanted to
Yeah,
make sure he got his inheritance,
right.
the he could have had the conversation with her.
Conversation correct.
Have the conversation with her and say, listen, I'm supposed to be getting this inheritance. One of one of the things that I need to make sure that I have for this to go through is a child, and I don't have one. We don't have one.
Yeah.
and you are unable to have a child right now, what we could do is, let us see if we could do this together.
Uh-huh.
I want you to be involved in the process.
Right.
We need to get a surrogate to carry the baby. Let's do
Mm-hmm.
this, you know?
Right.
Let's do this. So, and we'll be doing it not only for ourselves but for the child coming,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll bring joy to both our lives. Let's put it that way. Give her
Yeah.
the opportunity. Don't do it behind her back. How much do
Right.
you respect your wife?
Right. Exactly.
So
So
maybe
what?
if he had
Mm-hmm.
approached me before, instead of going through all of that, planning everything, picking out the surrogate, doing everything behind my back, that's the part that will hurt. It's not even the baby that will be the problem. It's what you did leading up to that baby coming here on this earth. Say it to me and let us have a discussion about it.
Yeah.
Don't do things behind my back.
Because what
Yeah.
happened, she was saying, is the deceitfulness of it all that
Right.
that caused that, that's what she was thinking of. He's saying that it was not planned. This is not planned. He got there, the parents said this is what's going to happen, and right there it took off. But I saying, do you have phone? Right, he could have called his wife, and say, look, this is what's going on right now, because regardless of what his parents told him, he could have still speak it over with with um with
Right.
his
With his
wife.
wife. Right.
And right there and then he could have tell his parents, look, I need time, because of course you guys know I'm married and I cannot do this, at this time, because what the parents did, the parents is very wrong, but I'm not blaming them 100% because he's a grown man too. He should have said something, before he even, you know,
Right.
agreed to any mess like
Right.
that.
Yeah.
You
Because
understand?
the
Because
wife
this,
may have
mhm,
just, the wife may have been okay with doing it.
probably.
Yeah.
But look at that. The whole relationship is gone.
Just gone down the drain because of that.
And let me tell you something. I thought, you know what? That's, you see, it's good to shut up your mouth before you go fly in your mouth. If you heard me, I'm like, God, freeze all assets now. Freeze all, because then I see what route she went. Freeze all your assets now, because I figured her business was a very good business, right? So I figured she was a money maker. Go take care,
Oh.
whatever y'all got joint account, take care of the money. Lock down everything, right? So she wasn't paying it too much attention. When I was saying that, it's a reason. Because the one of her employee that was working with her, later on I get to find out from that employee, because I would ask her, she had left and went back to Africa for a little while and came back later, and I know she changed her number, whatever. But anyway, long story short, the one of her employee told me the money, this girl was doing bad. The hairdresser was doing real bad. And I said, is she sick? No. Business wise, she couldn't afford to open another business and all of that.
Oh no.
Um, and things like that. So I said, why? What, when they divorced, they had to make a split? She said, not really. All the money, the businesses and all of that was from him. It's from the husband, right? So what he did, he kind of, I don't know what agreement they had. He kind of like even threatened her and said, if you walk away from the marriage, then that's it. And she still walked. Yeah, she still walked. So she didn't
Wow.
had anything to. I mean to say, when it come to the finances, she didn't lose any. She lose, yeah, she lose from him.
Man,
Okay, she
this
was
is
just
why women
making the
need to
money
be independent
and
too.
bring it. Okay, this is what he asked her for. I just remember. The employee said she told them, he asked her if she needed her to bring home at least $100 a day, right? And she didn't even agree to that. And I'm like, no, that's crazy. $100 a day? She does that in a couple of what? 2 hours or so, And I said, if it came down to that, and I know he was the one with the finances or whatever, I would have built myself up. You know what I'm saying? Build myself up and try to move on from that. But that is to tell how much she was hurt that you walk away like that to say cut your nose and spoil your face, because that's a
Mm,
hurtful thing. Much
yeah.
more less an 11-year-old child. I don't understand.
Uh,
I don't
I don't
understand.
know. It's this is why trust is so important in relationships, and also for you to have these well needed conversations with your spouse. You got to have these conversations.
Correct.
You don't want to have things being sprung on you out of nowhere, or you don't know how to deal with it. It's
Correct.
important. Communication is very important in a
Mm-hmm.
relationship. Very
That's the main
important.
thing.
And you
Yep.
also, if especially, you got to know about other people's traditions, other people's way of life, especially if you're
Correct.
marrying out and stuff. You never know. You never know. You never know.
But I'm sorry, I didn't give a damn about no. I shouldn't say that for all the Christian people. There are people, I don't mean to think, but for me, ain't nobody was gonna come and tell me but no religious belief, because when I marry you, you didn't tell me all of that. So don't come and push that shit on me, okay? Because then I would have to make up my own religion too.
Is it
Sorry.
that she didn't know prior to that, or what?
About their religious belief.
Mm-hmm. This is
Well,
why you
what
gotta
she was,
spend time knowing about people before you get married to them.
you see, what she's looking at, she said, look here, we're here in America here. We're in New York. We're in the Big Apple. We adapt to life, because she said at the beginning, little things that he would say, well, back home they don't do this, they don't do that, or whatever. So he was still in that, you know, with that kind of thoughts and belief.
Well,
And
not everybody's
she's
gonna throw away their
right.
customs.
Well, she was telling him, because she said things. I said, like what? She said things like cooking. Like a man should not be cooking once he have a woman, and da 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 da. So she said, look here, honey, in this country here, whoever have the time to cook, to clean, that's how it's gonna be. Now you will never make it. You cannot bring that, you know, belief over here, or we would never make it. So things like that. She worked on him, and she moved him away from that successfully, because she's the one to tell him. She say he's a night worker, then she's a day worker. So he's the one who does the cooking and even most of the cleaning. But you see, the biggest stuff, I'm not going to tell anyone, because I don't think I would show away my belief or my upbringing. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm somewhere else. Because certain things you're not going to throw away, right? That would be unfair. But I don't know something like this that is major, and it should be discussed. Just like how we were saying, oh, we don't do this, men don't do this and don't do that, right? That was something big he should have brought up as they were, on that topic, correct?
Exactly. And this is why you don't run into relationships too fast. You got to take your time to learn
Uh-huh.
about the individual. You got to
Mm-hmm.
take your time, meet their family also if you can, cuz you'd have probably learned all of these things before. Mm-mm.
But I don't think the parents really cared for her, because she said she visit it where he was from once. And and she said most of the things she did it on purpose, because they were these old time people, and they weren't bending their habits or anything. She
And
said she didn't have some.
I don't think people should try to change people's beliefs or
That
customs.
is true. That is true. And
Mm-mm.
yeah, she said when she was there, the father, I think she says the dad, she had the problem with, because the dad would order the his wife around like she was a slave. So when she saw that, like everybody had to fall in line. And she said the second day that they were at the parents' home, she said she got it because she was very tired, because she had traveled. I think she had came in after him, something like that. But she had traveled and went somewhere else because she had some business meeting, and she came over. So jet lag and all of that. So she was, pretty tired. She said she got up about what would be like 1 o'clock their time, right? Past breakfast and all of that. And she said when she got into the kitchen, um, the mother had a group of ladies, and they were just staring at her and was talking about her. but didn't know this girl spoke 7 different languages. Seven. And spoke their languages. Very clear. But I don't know if he forgot to tell his parents or what. You know what they were talking about her and said, what kind of what kind of hood he brought here? And do 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 do. And they were going in for her. And then she said when they were finished, she said she spoke in their language and said he picked up a good hoe. And she said everybody froze. Yeah.
Ooh.
And she said after that, for the 6 days they were there, she said every day she got up late. And she said she ordered him and asked him, could you bring me something to eat, babe? Uh-huh.
Oh Lord,
Uh-huh.
she caused problems in
Uh-huh.
that family
Yeah.
too. Oh
So
Lord,
I
she.
think they did that back on purpose, got
Mm-mm.
back to her on purpose. But with his help, right? That could not have gone through if he did not decide. Remember, he didn't have to go and give sperm to sperm bank, right? No.
Mm.
That was the old fashioned way you had that child. So, yeah. So
He
it's,
did the
it's a lot
do.
of things. Hmm?
He didn't get a surrogate. He actually did the do with the woman.
That's what I'm saying.
I thought he went and just
No,
picked a surrogate
no,
out. He actually went. Oh,
no.
oh.
Yeah.
And you said the woman is from
The
the
woman is
country. Is an
from the,
African woman.
yes, the woman is who his parents chose for him.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that may
yeah,
cause problems after a while. You do know that, right? Because he
yeah.
could have eventually, try to get her into the country when they, got back to the States. That would have become an issue later on.
But what he was saying, okay, this child, he wanted her.
Because
She
that
would have
mom is
had
gonna
to
have to be
sue
in
back.
in the child's life.
Right.
That
So
was a setup right there. That child's mother would have eventually came to the States to live, and that wife would have gotten in trouble. Okay. It would have
because
been worse
okay,
in the camp.
right. He was saying, okay, all ties is cut with this lady, right? This lady is a paid person. She was paid for a service. Okay, she's gone. She had the baby, she handed the baby over, right? That don't say that is the end. That don't say that had to be the end. You understand me saying? Once the parents was alive. You got what I'm saying? Because if the parents don't like their daughter-in-law, you understand? A lot of damages they could have done. The child coming to the US, if he don't bring up the maybe he wasn't able to bring up the mother. But you know who would? The child. That said child would be able to bring his mother, his real mother, at any time, because he
Oh,
could have gone and changed documents, you know, and the
wow.
father name is his father, but the mother, he didn't have to accept that. You understand? He could have
Wow.
gone and changed things, when he's 16, I think, what he get, what to call it, emancipated, something like that. And he could have changed around stuff because things like that happen in the past. Okay.
Wow.
So she was a very smart girl. And she said no. He could take his money, he could take everything, and what she wanted, peace of mind.
Yeah,
She
I
said,
can get that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So the parents had a lot to do with that.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. But I wouldn't blame
Wow.
them alone because remember, it's the old fashioned way. He got that
Yeah.
child.
Wow.
You understand?
Isaiah is asking if it happened on a birthday. I don't know when it happened, Isaiah. Ladybugs, you're her neighbor. Hey, Strictly Platinum. Good morning. And good morning to everyone just coming in. We've been all over the place talking. We've been having some good stories. We started off the live this morning listening to an audio clip of some guy with his wife. He just took an 11-year-old son and presented him to her and said, "This is what happened. This is my son. He's going to be here. You're going to have to deal with it." And some people didn't like her response. Some people sided with the male. It is what it is. We're all different. We're going to have different opinions. But she was in total shock, and the poor child was there listening. So we had a whole conversation about that, wanting to know what you guys would have done if you were in that situation. If your husband or your wife came in and just said, "This is my child, you're going to have to deal with it." You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
If they kept that from you for 11 whole years, 12 years, even more. Well, 11, 12 years. So what would you do? That's just what we were talking about. And then Heatwave came and told us a story about what happened with somebody who she knew. It is a crazy thing. It's a lot to deal with, having to deal with outside children. For some people, they can handle it, some people, they cannot. Kudos to those who can. And for those who cannot, it's your decision. Just as it was his decision to go into that person's pocket or pum pum. Okay. Just
Yeah.
like it was his decision to lie, it's your decision to stay if you want to, or go if you need to, or, accept the child if you need to. The child is always innocent in this. Always remember the child is innocent. Always remember. So if you have a situation like this, because some people, they'll end up resenting the child, doing stuff to
Hmm.
hurt the child, being passive aggressive and stuff, treat them unfairly and stuff. The children are always innocent. Always remember that. Okay.
Yep. I would not, if I know I have to have a child, you know, next to me, and I know I'm not gonna, I'm not feeling that child or whatever, I'm not gonna have any kid, and treat that child badly. That is sick to me. It's might as well you don't accept the child at all. You have that choice. Nobody
Right.
can force you to. You know what I'm
And
saying?
remember, the child is an extension of the father. So if you love the
Correct.
father, you can't ill treat the child. And just, a child is innocent. It doesn't even
Yep.
matter if they're one of those rebellious types. You got to see what you could do, to work on them, or, whatever. I don't know. But it's a hard position to be in, to try to figure out what to do. I'll tell you that it's really hard.
It is. You know why? Let me tell you something. Oh
She
God.
says
Oh.
it's somebody she knows, Isaiah. I don't think it's on World Star. It's somebody she knew. It was a
Yeah, my
salon she went and
hairdresser,
did her
my ex
hair.
hairdresser. Yeah.
Right. So it's her ex hairdresser.
Yeah. Um. Something my grandmother told me many, many years ago. When she met my grandfather, they got married. Those years ago, people was marrying very young. It was the norm. So at the time when they got married, um, he before they got married, he never told her that he had a son, right? So this child would have been something about 8 years or something like that. After they got married, he told her that this lady he had a short relationship with, and she said she had a child for him, but he never got the chance to go visit with the child really. So I could imagine my grandmother said she was in a mess. She was upset. But when you're so young too, you're like, okay, this happened before, right? This child was birthed before. Okay. So she said she went to her parents, and they encourage him to make time to see this child. So he did. He brought the child to their my grandmother said she almost fell over. The child was the image. This is how she's telling me, the image of her husband's face. Image, the younger version. So anyway, she fell in love with the child, right? The child went back home. He spent the day with them, went back home. When the child was about I think 10 or 11 years old, the child started to come and visit. At this time she had her first child, and used to come and visit because he's an only child, right? Came to come to visit and all of that. She said one day, about 2 years later, so now he would have been about 12 or 13 years old. And she said she got very sick, very, very ill. She said she thought she was dying. She went from doctors to doctors, and maybe in those days they didn't have, the labs, the this, the that, to see what's really, wrong with you, to go deeper. And then she said this. they have these old people, some of them deal with bush medicine. You know what I'm talking about, Carrie, like natural
Yeah.
herbs.
Mm-hmm.
And the lady said you were given some, like a portion to drink something in your food or whatever, and is that's what is getting you like that, because she said she lose a lot of weight and all kinds of stuff is happening to her. And then she said the lady was treating her with this herb medicine and stuff like that, like giving her things like purge her body. They call it purging or something like that. And she said then she started to feel better. So a woman told her something she ingested, right? So she said, well, all the people is in the home. How come they didn't get sick? You know what I'm saying? They're eating from the same food. Said, okay. The woman, I don't know, is she what you would call what is call him, a witch doctor or whatever, whatever, whatever. But she said she laughed it off
Or a bush
because when we
doctor.
butch doctor, she laughed it off, because when you're young and older people telling you certain things, it's like so far fetched. She said she just laughed it off. She said she got sick again. And when she checked this, she said, wait a minute. It's then she clicked of what this lady told her. When she got sick, her stepson visited again. And she said, wait a minute, what is going on here? She told it to her husband, which would be my grandfather. And he said, first he was saying, well, what are you trying to say? Blah, blah, blah. So he was a very ignorant man. And he went and he take a hold of his son. And he said, listen, did you put anything in the food? And he's like, no, Dad. So did you bring anything with you? And he said the child froze. She said, he told her the child froze. And what happened after that? You know what that child said? That his mom gave him something and told him just to put it in my grandmother's anything that she's drinking.
Wow.
And when he said, why? She said, this is to make sure she do, because he would go home and said, oh, how his stepmother loved him and whatever, whatever, whatever.
Wow.
He used to call my grandmother auntie, right? Whatever, whatever. So she told him, listen, I want you to throw this in anything that she's drinking. Do not let anybody see you, blah, blah, blah. Here, what is the excuse she gave this child? Listen, this is to make sure she would always love you, and this is to make sure she would always love you, because they could change up on you as they get kids, because one of these days she's going to get a son and she's going to forget about you. So this potion is to make sure she's going to always see you as her son too, right? So
Wow.
you give that child and give that
Oh,
explanation,
wow.
and he did so. He did so.
Wow, that is
Yeah,
crazy.
he did
So the
so.
mom has been,
Yep.
so the mom was there secretly trying to kill the stepmom,
Yeah. Yeah.
giving that child something to take to put in that stepmom's
Exactly.
food
And
or
that is the
drink,
reason why
and
people
she was getting
should.
sick.
Yep. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Yep.
Ooh.
Yep.
Mm-mm.
So the child
So
was, his father stopped him from coming. And thank God bless my grandmother. She said, after a year or so, she said, no, don't do that. Once you understand that this almost killed me, whatever his mom gave to him, to bring, you know, she said she was just, observant of when he when he came there and, to look around and so. And he cried and he said he would never do that again. He never knew it was something to hurt her.
poor
He just
child.
wanted to, that
Do
she
what
would
he
love
wanted
him.
to do, what his mom said, and he
What his
also
mom
wanted to
said.
get the love that
Right.
he claimed.
Correct.
So
Correct.
the mom was there
Correct.
trying to kill the poor woman.
Correct.
And this is what I was
Correct.
saying when it comes back to the audio that we listen to. We got to be
Mm-hmm.
careful
Yep.
because that same woman is going to be taking on additional stress, additional problems that comes with the other parent, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's a
Yeah.
lot that is going to come out of it. It's not just, oh, he's staying here. So that is why I was saying they would have had to have a conversation with the mom also, to have an idea of what was going on and how to move forward and stuff. And for people who don't trust those bush doctors, people look down at people who use leaves and different parts of the trees and stuff. And don't look
That's
down
what
at
they
those
had to use
people.
before they were. We even had anything but doctors
Right.
and this because it's only the rich and the. I don't
To
even
go
want
to
to
the
go back on
medical
this.
one. Right. But all doctors are bush doctors if you really think about it. Because some of the stuff that we use today, most of the stuff, it's plants that have been used to create the stuff that we use. Um Aspirin is from the willow bark. A lot of people don't know that.
Mhm.
Periwinkle is used in some of the medication for leukemia. There's so many things that are used. Those essential oils that you're accustomed to, all of those herbs and stuff. The moringa, the aloe, the ginger, all of those stuff, the turmeric, neem and stuff that we know. You know what I'm saying? So don't
You know,
always
every
knock the
cure,
bush. Don't
every
always knock the bush. Some
right.
people don't like to see people drinking their leaves or drinking, the
Mm-hmm.
roots of certain stuff. But it's what helps us. And all those medications that you pop and drink it down with water, it was made from those same stuff. So don't knock people. Some people don't respect those who knows the different herbs and plants and what they're good for. I am not the type to knock people. Everybody's different and everybody has their different way of life and how they do stuff. You know what I'm saying?
There,
And God provided the
every I
leaves
just got it.
for
Thank
everything.
you, Carrie. Thank you.
It was provided for a reason, and that is what
Mm-hmm.
people were using way before you
Mm-hmm.
have these medical doctors that you know.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm
Correct.
saying? It's in the Bible for
Correct.
those who do read. It's in
Correct.
Revelations. The leaves of the trees is for the healing of the nations. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The leaves of the
Because
trees
there's a
is for the
cure for
healing of the
every
nations.
disease out here. But the
Exactly.
only
And
thing
there is
they
a
didn't
cure for
discover,
AIDS. But we know
it's
what the
growing around,
pharmaceutical
but we
companies are
just didn't
doing.
discover it yet. For the cancer, the this, the that, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Because some of the pharmaceutical companies want to take control of what
Exactly.
you get. And that is why you see
Exactly.
so many of these doctors who, use organic medicine and stuff to deal with issues. They want to control them, or you hear some of them mysteriously dying or being in prison for something because they want to control. It's an economic thing. They want to control who makes the money or how many people they can hold on. Why would they be interested in a cure? Why? It's not going to be
Mm-hmm.
profitable. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But for those who know, they know. you know those who know, they know, and they know where to get what they need to get. For those who know.
You know, I'm a cat lover. I love all animals, but I'm
But you
more,
love the cats in particular. Yeah.
yes. Let me tell you something. Now, the cats that we take and we have in our home, and just the other day, something happened to one of my cats. And I was looking and I said, oh my God, this is a new cat, new additional to the family. Soon I'm going to become a cat woman. People must already call me a cat woman. Anyway, anyway, so I have indoor, outdoor cats, right? The two indoor, outdoor cats, right? You still have to go get them the shots, da da da. But they don't get sick on me. This other cat do not go outside. So I was looking and hoping that the grass started growing and stuff and all of that. And I was studying to see what is the difference. You know what was the difference? Now look at the cats outside, the stray cats that don't have a home and all of that. How many times you ever see them dying and all of that? They fend for their food. You remember they're not eating
And they're
as
not eating
healthy.
stuff from the store like you guys go fetch
Exactly.
for them. They know where to get
Exactly.
their lizards or whatever they need to get to
Exactly.
eat, right?
And they're not park up somewhere sick and they find they smelling stench. Oh, there's a cat died, there's a cat died for lack of care. No, because what happened? What they have growing, okay? The leaves, the plants, whatever is out there, there's a
Exactly.
cure. You understand what I'm saying?
Even in the Caribbean,
Okay.
whenever dogs get sick, especially those who are outdoor dogs,
Uh-huh.
You see them, they stop eating, and you get worried. You may want to take them to the vet or whatever, but you watch them. They go where certain grasses are,
And they
and you'll
eat
see
right.
them eating specific grass, not just any
Correct?
one. Give them a day or two, and they've bounced
They
back like
fine,
nothing
yes.
happened because they know directly where to go.
Exactly.
But for those who
Exactly.
are house pets and stuff,
Yeah.
they wouldn't. I don't know if they know if it's in their
They're
senses, but
not
they
going out
know.
if they're not
I've
going
seen
out.
this for myself so many times,
Yep.
and I'm like, look at the dog eating the grass. Why is he? And you know,
Mm-hmm.
dogs don't eat grass, and you see them going for targeting specific types, and I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, there we go.
They're
It's the
going for their
medicinal
medicine.
properties from the dogs that from the
Mm-hmm.
grass that they're taking in. So
Mm-hmm.
I've seen that a bunch of times, and
Yeah.
yeah.
The cats do the same thing too. You would see
I've
they
never
eat in the
seen it with the
grass.
cats, so you're
Hmm.
telling me that, so that's a new thing for me too. But you know what? That's to
Oh
be
yeah, the cats do
expected.
that too. Yeah. They
Right.
eat the grass. And then you will see them throwing up.
Right.
And
To
if
get
it's
rid
like
of
for
whatever
three
bug it
days
is.
or so,
Right.
they'll eat it. Yeah. Clear the system and they're as good as ever. Yeah.
Yeah, they know
Yep.
what grass to go eat to get to throw up so they could feel better. I'm telling you, I've seen
Exactly.
this. It's
Exactly.
real.
So they're
Linda says
secure for
yes,
everything.
cats do. Maybe because I'm not a cat person. I love dogs. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
But I grew up with having a lot of dogs around me, and the dogs having puppies all the time and stuff, playing with them and whatever. So I used to watch that a lot.
Yeah.
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 They know
They have
what
a cure for
they
everything.
know where to go when they get sick.
Yep. See, so all I'm praying for the newest additional sooner or later because the weather's getting nice. So he'll go outside and he won't get sick on me. Yeah. And I just noticed that. I'm like, oh my goodness. Wow.
Right. And you
For
still gotta go
years I
do
didn't
your
have to be
shots or
spending all
whatever,
that
or
money.
still go get your checkups, but they know what to do. They really do.
And going to the vet is not no easy game. It's very expensive. It's
Right.
very expensive. Two times I had to rush one of my cats to the emergency room. Child, it was
Mm-hmm.
$200 before you even see the vet, okay? All
Girl.
right?
They're
And
like
everything else
children.
in between.
They're an extension of your family. They're children,
Yeah?
and they sometimes cost more than you be paying for the children to go get their
Yeah?
get
Yeah,
their
they
shots
just
or
give me some
if they get
antibiotics.
sick.
What else they give me? 3,000, I think 3,100 and something. Yep. Plus the 200 that I had to pay to go in there. Okay? And that was in the middle of COVID. And they told me stay in the car
Wow,
and someone is gonna come out and a whole lot of crap. Yeah. And
wow.
what insurance do you have? What car do you put in this? All of these things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They gotta make sure
Girl,
they're gonna be paid.
pets are expensive, child. They are. Let
You
me
know
see.
how much is a 1 day stay in the hospital for a cat?
Oh, I'm sorry. I got somebody in the back. Hold on. I
Hmm.
wasn't looking up. I'm sorry. Hold on. Is that
TC, what's up?
there we go. Hey TC. Good
Good
morning.
morning, baby
I'm sorry
Carrie.
I
Good
didn't
morning,
see
T
you.
Wing.
Good morning.
I'm sorry I
That's
didn't see you,
okay.
TC, because I'm using both my laptop and my phone.
That's okay. I'm
Okay.
I love to hear the bell because of the thing.
Very Carrie is so sad. She found out
Go ahead.
Good.
You love to hear the bell?
I do. I really do. It's the Will Smith combination with the bell. It makes my day. So go ahead.
Okay.
I'm listening, and I just wanted to chime in, but go ahead.
No, go ahead, babe, because I'm done. We were just talking. I don't know we get over to cats and dogs. We get
They are
there.
expensive.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
we
You-
got to the cats and dogs. We were talking about the plants and stuff.
Oh
I'm
yes,
sorry.
yes, yes, yes.
Go ahead, TC. Thank you so much for coming up, TC. Good morning.
Good morning. Well, you know what? Now that let me just say this. Talking about cats and dogs. So one of the things that let me just say, financial aid, HBCU, it's gonna chime in with the cats and dogs, okay? So
Mm-hmm.
HBCU financial aid FAFSA is getting ready to change absolutely drastically. All right, for 24-25. So 23-24, it is what it is. 24-25, absolutely totally a change. So
Wow.
step anybody
What are the
who's
changes? Go ahead.
because this has something to do with all the surrogates that you talked about earlier and everything else, cats and dogs and all that included. So now usually on the FAFSA form they ask for the mother and the father's income, right? So they've gotten slick to us. They figured out we don't have the same type of families, okay? So we have different dynamics. We have grandmothers who are raising children. We have parents who are raising children. We have foster parents. We have people who are aunties, uncles. We have extended folks in the community. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the question on the fast form is mother and father. So what happens is that to answer the
Oh no, your
mother
sound
and
is messing up. Oh, go ahead. Can you hear her? Heatwave?
can you
Yeah,
hear
you're
me, Heath?
going in and out.
Yeah, it's a little bit
I'm gonna
distorted,
mute.
but you could go ahead. We'll listen. Go ahead. Let me mute.
Okay, I'm going under a train station. Oh, can you hear me? Is it better?
Yeah, we
Is
can
it
hear you.
Yes, yes.
okay? So anyway, they've already included if you have step parents, if you have foster parents, if you have contributors, they call them contributors. All those people have to give the government the income for that particular child that's getting ready to go to college. If they don't give if they don't give that information, they will totally not be able to go to college or get financial aid from the federal government. Let me put it that way. They won't
Come
be able to get
again.
financial aid.
Come again. If the information of both parents, did you say in addition to grandparents and stuff wasn't given, that they'll not be able to attend school? Did I hear right or did I miss
So
something?
sometimes people don't have a mother and a father. Father
Right.
may not be available or around or whatever
Right.
the situation. Mother may not be around and whatever. So what
Mm-hmm.
happens is the federal government has figured out it's got to be somebody in the child's life. They want to know who that is. So they call them contributors. Now this is where it's
Oh,
getting
so
ready.
now, so you're saying this is an in addition. Okay. So
Oh
this is an addition.
yes.
Okay, I'm getting it.
So they're including
Right.
step parents.
Ooh. Mm.
Right. So here it is. You get married and or remarried. That's not the child's
Mm.
father.
Right.
Okay. We understand? So that step parent has to now put their information on the FAFSA form.
Wow.
Yeah,
Ooh.
this is getting ready to get a little jiggy here.
Right.
For
This may
real.
cause. This may cause. So if this, hold on. So if this person drops, oh, go ahead. Let me listen before I ask questions. Go ahead.
So, so and in addition, now back to the cats and the dogs. So they have a place where how many people in the family are being taken care of, how many sisters and brothers, siblings, so forth and so on. Some people are taking care of an elderly parent, some people are taking care of a sibling, you know what I mean? Some people are taking care of dogs and cats. They have dogs and cats because dogs and cats and parakeets and uh dragons, Komodo dragons and stuff, all cost. Okay, so all of those costs are gonna go down on paper as to the expenses that you have. Then they have a formula. That's where I am now because we're being trained on this. So this is going to get very interesting because I want to see how this formula is going to help them to decide how much financial aid a child is going to get.
Linda agrees. Linda is saying that she doesn't think it's fair because not everyone who could be taking care of them is. So when you got to be putting all these other people on these forms, it's gonna be a problem. It's
Yes,
gonna
is
be a
well.
problem. She
Okay,
said she
so here's
understands
what.
the purpose, but it's the devil.
Well,
You
here's the thing.
agrees?
Here's the thing. When we don't vote for our Congress people and our senators, and we have people that get in that make these decisions, and they don't look out for the best interests of us, it's a problem.
I get what you're saying, and that is why you're saying that people need to be more involved.
I want
It
right.
needs
That's
to
my
be
whole intent. Be more
right.
involved. Get the report. Get the report card of your congressperson. Find out what he or she are voting on and voting for.
Mm-hmm.
Your United States senators. Your United States senators, not your state senators that go to Capitol, but the United States senators.
Mm-hmm.
Those people, watch them because they've been passing stuff
And a lot of
under.
people are just finding out about them because they don't know. They're not aware of some of the stuff happening in
Well,
their.
very Carrie, we're aware of people who are having extramarital affairs, and we're aware of people who are doxing people. We're aware of cash app fraudulent situations. We're aware of people who have operations on their noses and things of that nature. Here, and we're aware that dogs and cats, we know that they eat grass because they're very, very intelligent and they know how to do that without going to the doctor. We know these things. But how is it we don't know our own representatives? So when you don't vote, you actually are voting as well.
Right. That is
Just
why
don't get it. Yeah, don't get it twisted. You're voting.
it's still
You may
speaking. Right.
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 And for I'm just saying that we have to be mindful. There are still some more laws on the books as it pertains to law enforcement, cyber, the whole cyber stuff, virtual internet, all of that stuff. We are still in the midst of trying to figure out what else is coming down the pike, because it is. They have new terms now. Remember, we never heard of what was homicide, femicide. Had y'all ever heard of that?
I think I just recently started hearing about this femicide,
I
but
know, but we knew about the S word, "I'd," and
right.
the H word with the "I'd" at the end. The F word with the "I'd" at the end is a extremely new term.
But why did isn't homicide whether or not it's male or female? Why
Well,
I don't know.
femicide. Oh, femicide. The fi is
Well
something totally different.
hold on. When you say FI, isn't it FE? What is it?
Femicide. I didn't know if you could say it or not. I don't know why people are just so
Girl,
icky
I
about
don't
it.
care. I'm not making money off it.
Oh,
Let
okay.
me stop. No,
Femicide.
hold on. I know
you know,
what I know femicide to be is the killing of a female, right? Is that what are we
right?
talking about the same thing?
Yes.
And is it mainly because of who they are or their gender, right?
Yeah. So it's like, what's the
But
difference between homicide and femicide? If
right,
I'm not
because
mistaken.
homicide is homicide, whether a male or female was killed. But what is the reason for this new term? Is there one for
What
the
is the
males?
distinction? What is good question, Michael. I'm still, trust me, I have been asking, and I mean seriously asking some interesting people, because I'm still wanting to know what is the distinction between the two. I've gotten one answer, and that is that one is has a certain amount of time. It's like, if you can be charged with more time. I'm like,
I started hearing more about this because of the whole Shanquella Robinson situation, the
exactly,
term femicide.
exactly. Right.
But I want to know if there's not one for the males, if so be the case. But
You know,
I guess they're saying it is, killing this person, or taking this person's life based on the fact that they're female. So what about
okay.
the
So
males now? What are we saying right here? It's
listen,
not something that we're familiar with because it's gender motivated. But what's the main reason for this?
exactly. I have my hunch. I have my own, but I want to keep that under wraps um until further notice because I think it's some other stuff that folks don't want to hear about because it's not politically correct right now to do
Is it
so.
because of where it happened? Is there something coming up that we need to be listening out for?
Mm-mm.
I don't know.
I don't know. I honestly, seriously, I do not know. I have my thoughts, my hunches about it. And I think that there's just people that are hiding some things, and I'm still getting to the bottom of it, but I have not cracked the case yet. But yeah, in
Um,
terms of what the femicide really means and
they're
why do
saying
we have to
most
have
of
the
those.
case?
They say in Mexico, they're saying in that place that most of the femicide cases go unpunished over there. From what I'm hearing, that a high rate, a high number. I don't remember what it was, but I think it's in the
Yeah.
90s. They say that those cases normally they go unpunished. I don't know if it's because of how they view females over there. I don't know. I'm just saying.
Mm.
Um, they don't necessarily focus on like sexuality and gender or sexuality issues in that area. I don't know. So I don't know if that has anything to do with this new thing. Man, I don't know. I don't want to say anything. I don't know.
I still have my hunches about Shanquella and that whole situation. I'm pissed off that it hasn't gotten the traction that it needs in terms of justice. And
Mhm.
that always lets me know that God is in charge of certain things, and I just have to watch how things really are how things are really are working. But I still think that it's more than just there's a whole lot more that happened in
Do
that
you think there's
situation.
a reason why it happened in Mexico in particular?
Yes,
Or are you gonna keep
absolutely.
that part too? Okay. All right.
No,
I
no,
think
I
I have.
believe I believe
I
that. Hmm.
okay. Okay. I think
I
I get
also
it.
I also believe that the people that they say are weren't certain things are, and I think that everybody's hiding that situation because here in the beefing sector, when somebody says they had a baby, um everybody should have been trying to find out where the baby is and the records, right? Because we docs for everything, don't we? We
I don't.
we
You
want
know what?
receipts.
They always want receipts over here, but
We
for
want
me, I don't.
receipts.
I don't even care if she has or hasn't. To be quite honest,
Well,
it's not my business.
that would make the difference because if you're biological and or if you're not biological, that would then tell me why it would actually justify why she got her head crushed and her spine was crushed because like getting hit just by another female is just not going to do it.
Right. Right. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Right. I got you.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
got you.
So I just don't I still don't believe it, and until receipts are shown, I'm not going to.
I
I'm not.
got you.
That's my theory, and I'm stick with it until my hypothesis has been proven otherwise.
Okay. Hey,
Because
watermelon
that's
sugar.
it's really interesting how that kind of when somebody gets their head crushed like that, and their spine, that kind of strength, I don't get it.
Don't think it
Unless
makes
she
So
was
any sense.
stumped, yeah, unless that person
unless
was really stumped. A hand ain't gonna do it. A female hands is not gonna do that.
No matter
no,
how
You
strong
had to
they
have
are.
crush that person with your feet and
Mm-mm.
stomping that person. You know what I'm saying?
or
Mm-mm.
maybe they had something in their hand like an axe or something, one of those.
Something, yeah.
one of the, well, those ones that break up cement and things of that nature. Otherwise,
It's
hands is just not going to do it for female on female. Not
like a
going to
Right.
do it.
sledgehammer. Yeah, yeah.
You feel me? Y'all feeling me,
Yeah,
right?
I get
So
what
Yep.
you're
that's what
saying.
I'm. Yeah. So until they show us receipts in in these sectors, I won't. I am not. I'm not going down with that. But yeah, that's my whole thing. It
I
just
get
can't.
what you're saying.
And that's
I
why
get it.
femicide. I'm trying to figure out where, like,
Where this one come like right.
why are we distinguishing between the two? If it's a side, whatever the side is, then if it's for
It's
male and
still a
female,
homicide.
then it's still a homicide. But
Right.
distinguish. What's the
What's
distinction?
the reason for
See,
this new distinction between the two?
exactly.
I get it.
And I
Well,
want
according
to
to what
know.
they're saying, right? It's like
Mhm.
I don't even see the difference because it's like saying what it's intentional killing of a female,
Or
or
they're
a
doing it
Right.
based
hateful.
on the fact that it's a
Because
female.
anytime you're gonna kill anything, it's got to be some kind of hate, other than you're gonna consume it, right? You kill an
Right.
animal to consume it, but if you're gonna kill a human being, it's hate all the way around.
It's all the
You
way
don't kill
around.
somebody
Right.
because you love them.
But are they saying that this is because of some, thing because they hate the fact that this person is a biological woman? You know, I don't know.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know.
Now that's interesting. That was an
I,
interesting swing.
I don't know.
Okay. I don't know.
And I
But
don't
that's
like how they always putting things on female. I don't like that.
right.
I don't like
Right.
that. I don't like
But
that.
you need as when once you continue getting more information about the FAFSA, please let us know because who knows,
Okay.
there are people who are listening who their children may, be thinking about going to college soon. So
Mm.
they may need to know what are some of the expectations and stuff. So keep us posted with
Yeah.
that too. I'm seeing
Oh, I
where
will.
yeah.
I will actually. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have a mini session on just that piece of it, that part of it. I know I won't. I'm gonna give views for that, but I don't really care because this is people. People need to know about the changes that are about to come and get themselves prepared, especially for 24, 25. We have to make sure that everybody's is prepared because what I don't want folks is to be in a situation where, oh, I didn't know this, and and
But
things
do
of
you
that
got
nature. That's
guys? Do you know they have like a welfare program for animals too?
for what?
Hmm?
A welfare program for animals?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes. I've
you guys
just
are
found out
kidding
about
me.
that. Yes, yes. To
What?
help with like medicine, like care and all of that. But they do not cover. They're not covering they're not covering shots. The regular shots that your pet have to get. They're not covering that.
Oh
And
wow.
according to your household income has to come into play. So you, the human, have to give is do the application, and if you're approved, then you'll
Uh
get
huh.
help. So that's why the animals. This is making more sense because I don't know, like when the recession just hit, right? Remember, a lot of people was losing their home and all of that.
Yes.
Okay, so they had this program of the modification. A lot of people's offer modification. Do you know on that modification form, animals was included big time. They were asking what is your yearly amount of money that you spend on the animals and all of that for grooming
Yes.
every single thing. Because at the end of the day, animals is very expensive to
Right.
to maintain. So it comes in to play. And that's why it maybe, a lot of people is not paying was not paying it attention, but it been there a long time. But people's not, not a lot of people have, have animals and things like that.
Right.
But they're very expensive. So there are a major thing when it
Hmm.
comes to our if you're doing application for certain things. Yes,
Yes.
they would ask if you have pets.
They will. Yes, you're
Yeah.
absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
And especially like elders, like older folks,
Mm-hmm.
because older people and well, not just older people, because animals are good socialization for children, for people that have different types of situations and challenges, and
Mm-hmm.
and of course the older people, because they're good company. They're good for a whole lot of we know what they're good for, but
Child, I know I old and they're good company for me because they calm my ass down.
they calm you. Really?
That's right.
Get
Mm-hmm.
out of here.
No, for real. For real.
Okay. Wow.
For real.
They're like little babies though. God, they're
Yeah.
babies. They are so, but they're so smart too. And
Yep.
some of them, depending on their training, they can detect a person's a health situation, or
Exactly. That's where get
wow.
out my head. That's where I was going.
Yes.
Yep.
So that's one of the
Mm-hmm.
reasons why I don't know. Maybe they decided to put that back in because they
Mm-hmm.
they were talking about it one time, heat wave, in
Mm-hmm.
reference to adding the animals on the FAFSA form. But you're
Mm-hmm.
absolutely right. In certain states, certain
Animals
forms
on
of
a
certain,
FAFSA form? Oh Lord.
well,
Okay.
yeah, well,
Well, I've
in
heard
terms
about
of
people.
what you have to know, but it's important, because if you have children that are going to college, and you have animals that you're taking care of, and you have other children in your home, and you
Mm-hmm.
have other
Oh, well,
people
they're part of your
that
expenses.
you're taking your expenses are, you don't have any
Mm.
extra income,
Right. I
Right.
so
guess.
that parent is going to need more help for their child to go to college.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? It's just,
I'm
is
okay.
it fair
Mm-hmm.
all
Well,
the
we
way
did say they
around?
were expensive, so I guess I can see that. I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. So people who have, who really, really do have, animals, and really, that's why they're asking people to register the animals for, a variety of reasons, and because they're at least documented,
Yeah,
and
because listen, not cutting you. I had an animal that I don't even like to remember that. When my animals got hit, right? My cat got
oh,
hit and died. And it was I'm now start getting over that. And that happened in 2018. Anyway, so I forgot to say that that animal is no longer here, right? Oh, I
right.
got a big fat ticket. I got a big fat ticket. Okay,
Uh-uh.
I got it for 2019 because something had happened. So I was where my mails were dropping off. Anyway, so it was a situation
Mhm.
like that. So I got it 2019, 2019, 2020, 2019, and 2020. Tickets came, right? 2 years. Each ticket was $250. All right, because they were saying my cats did not that cat did not get their yearly shots. Okay, so if
Mm.
that does not happen and you don't report that this cat is no longer alive, all right, so that's a ticket. Because remember I said the indoor outdoor cats,
Yes.
indoor outdoor, because that's how my cats were registered, right? Indoor outdoor. That means, say, like the mailman or somebody, that cat could get out and scratch someone. And you understand what I'm saying? Anything could happen. Say they're looking disease, because when you carry a cat in to get checkup for before you register them and all of that, the amount of, and if anybody in the chat has animals, they'll know what I'm speaking about. They check for everything, even AIDS. Yes, yes,
Right.
they check for
Right.
everything. It's just like a human being for any contagious diseases. Okay,
Right.
all right.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow. And if I'm not mistaken, animals could get the C, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Wow.
Not easy.
Well, I I I just let me. I just wanted to go right back to the stepchildren and the surrogate and everything. People, if you have a stepchild, it's going to be very costly to get married and then get married over again, and then have your your stepchild be on your, what do you call it, on your paperwork, on your IRS, or on your forms, and things of that nature. And here it is, say for instance you don't have any kids, you know what I'm saying,
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden now you're responsible, and you weren't expecting to be responsible. It's a lot,
Yep.
you know. I say, folks, when you want to get married, take your time. Like, just take your time, because it's gonna be a lot of, it's a responsibility,
Yep.
crossfire.
It is.
Oh no,
They
I'm
really
back.
don't. Yeah.
Oh, your sound
And
is
that
messed
whole
up.
thing about,
You know, we in the B sector,
the
like we
parents, making sure that,
Oh no, her sound is messed up.
uh
Are you hearing her, heat
in
wave?
and out. Nuh-uh. Not now.
It's a
Uh-uh.
little bit choppy. It's going in and out.
oh,
TC?
mine is going,
Okay, now we hearing you.
mine is choppy.
Oh, we
Yeah,
can
you
hear
were
you
out for a
now.
little while. Yeah.
That's what you get for working in the city, and trying to get places where there's so much construction going on. Gosh.
Do you have your Wi-Fi on? Because sometimes that it'll try to be picking up signals while you're driving and stuff. So I
Good question.
sometimes I gotta turn that off
Yeah,
sometimes.
I thought I keep it on. You don't hear
So
me,
it's
but
so while
anyway,
you're
Yeah, we
moving,
hearing
it's
you
gonna be
now.
trying to
I'm
pick up
hearing you.
signals at different spots. So sometimes that does affect the
that does.
connection. Right.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I'm
I
traveling,
I
but
believe they can get COVID to watermelon sugar. I believe that.
Mm-hmm.
hey, watermelon sugar, what's up?
She
Good
says she
morning.
believes
Good.
animals can get COVID, and I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah.
I agree.
Mhm.
Cause
Yeah.
during that sea time there, what I used to do, I used to leave my shoes outside and I would spray myself down with my Lysol because animals they'll come sniffing on you and all of that. So you gotta protect them the best way you can. You know.
Right.
I
Right.
leave my shoes outside. Mm-hmm. And
Okay.
Oh,
spray
okay.
that baby
TC.
down.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
TC, you were saying something a while ago when your sound went out. You were saying something about the stepmom, stepchild thing, but I
No,
wasn't
I was
hearing
just
you so clearly.
no. It was just,
Yeah, we were,
being
but
a step.
TC was just giving her point of views of you just a while ago, just now. Go ahead.
Being a stepmom, stepdad is a lot of responsibility. So, whew, they're including, you're included in the care for the children. So, that it is what it is. That's our responsibility. And I know a lot of folks will, like, don't they care to differ, but no, the government is saying if that parent is not around and you are the step parent, then you are responsible for the care of that child.
Dang.
Yeah,
Just
not the
imagine if
government
you're in a
anymore.
relationship with
Not the
somebody like
government
that,
anymore.
and then you got to deal with all that comes with it, especially if you weren't financially prepared for it. It's a lot.
Right,
If
right.
you are
That's
not
why people,
financially prepared for that, mm-mm.
and better yet, how about just don't be having 7,925 children
Right.
with different, and
Wow.
everything. If you got you and that one on one, that's fine. But all of this, I'm dropping my seed here and there, and all of this, in Philly we have some folks that are in a certain religious instruction, and they feel as though they could just have a wife whenever they want. But that's not
Ugh.
even what the doctrine. But the doctrine doesn't even say that. It's how many you can afford. That's
Exactly.
what their doctrine says. How funny, they
Mhm.
forget. how soon we forget.
Becoming a stepmom is a lot because you're not only dealing with the addition of a child, you're dealing with
That person.
responsibilities that comes. You're dealing with the stepmom. No, I'm sorry. You're dealing with the mother of the child. You're gonna have to deal with
Hmm.
the frustration that she may take out on you because now you have to deal with her child. You're gonna have to deal with the child. So that's two additional personalities, two additional
Girl,
issues you're gonna be taking on. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna
negative.
have to deal with the negativity, or probably not, that comes with the mother who is upset that you're the
Hmm.
one who's gonna be caring for her child. The scrutiny, the scrutiny,
Yes.
sorry, because they're gonna scrutinize everything you do as a parent. They're gonna be, you don't know if the child is gonna rebel because they're so upset that they got to deal with you. You're gonna have to deal with two additional people, and
Don't
it's
Yes.
not
forget,
easy.
Carrie, not cutting you, and don't forget, if that man falls short and he's on child support, guess what?
Mm-mm-mm.
It's coming
Oh,
out to your
oh.
paycheck, the wife.
Ooh, when you're married.
You
Oh
gotta
yeah.
pay.
Tell him heat
Okay.
wave.
Oh yeah.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Heat wave.
Mm-mm.
Say that again.
Yeah.
Say that again, because I almost,
Okay. Say like
whoo,
you,
I almost.
like what's going on, right? Okay. Say like your husband go out, he got a child, whatever. He was put on
Mm-hmm.
child support, and
Mm-hmm.
he's not paying the child support. They're gonna come to you if you're gainfully employed. You have to pay that child support. A lot of people don't know that. They'll come
Yes,
after the wife.
indeedy. Yes, indeedy.
Okay.
That is real, and it happens. Let me just say this: that is a state thing, because marriage is a state by state type of thing. So your state laws are very important to understand
Mm-hmm.
and know. And so where
Yep.
you plan on living, know what those laws are, sisters.
Correct.
I'm talking to my sisters. I ain't talking to them. I'm talking to my sisters. Know and be mindful of the laws, how you can get out of it if you need to, how the stepmother situation, if the child support situation, all of that is so critical and so crucial. And I'm from New York, and my mother's best friend, Jamaican lady, making
Mm-hmm.
great money. She was not
Hmm.
only a nurse, she was radiology, all
Ooh.
of that. Her husband, he was working for the, transportation system. They were doing very well. He had two children prior,
Mm-hmm.
and she had three children with him. Life happens. You dig me? Life happens.
Yeah.
And he wasn't able to pay the child support. Guess where they took it
Mm-hmm.
from?
Mm-hmm.
They
Yep.
took it from Miss J. So yeah, and that's real, because
Poor
she came to
woman.
my mother and was like, "Wait a minute, what? Can they do this?" And my mother
Yep.
was like,
They
"Yeah,
can.
yeah." And she was like, "Are you kidding me?" And
Hmm.
and I mean, it wasn't no chump change.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Goodness
Wow.
gracious! I mean, they had to, wind up selling a couple of properties just to,
Oh
you
boy.
Wow.
know, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Wow.
and my
All
father and
because somebody did not strap their dick up. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So it's just a matter of knowing, when they do have other children.
As a
Also, that
stepmom, you never know what you're stepping into. Is it going to be an
ooh,
emotional
Listen.
roller coaster, a financial roller coaster? What is it going to be? You're
what
going
is
to
it
have to
gonna
deal
really
with the
be?
TC. Oh,
jealousy,
sorry. Sorry. I didn't
the
even hear you
loyalty
speak it.
issues, the conflicts that come out with the
Yeah.
outsiders, because
Yeah.
you're taking on the whole child's family too, their grandparents, their parents, possibly their siblings. You never know. Oh, we got somebody in the back. Hold on.
That's a good.
Is that you, girl?
It's me.
There we go. Hey, watermelon sugar. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. I just wanted to add something really quickly. On the flip side, if you can't, if you marry someone and get involved with someone that has children from a previous relationship, and you can't co-parent like you've got some sense, or treat that child like it's yours,
Mm-hmm.
then you don't have no business getting involved with that person. And no matter you go into a marriage or a relation, well, let's just say marriage because this is illegal. When you go into a marriage with somebody, you take on their responsibilities, they take on yours. What's yours is theirs, and what's theirs is yours, correct? These
Mm-hmm.
children still, whether the father is working or not, or in the reverse, because there's some mothers that pay child support as well. If that person is paying child support and they no longer are able to pay it, that child still needs support. And if you are the husband or the wife that in turn has to pay, stand in their stead to pay that child support, it shouldn't be an issue. That child should be number one priority. It's not, you have to put your feelings aside. It's not about the baby mama. It's not about this or that. It's about taking care of the responsibility that your husband or wife has. And that is part of your responsibility. If you are married to that person, you marry that person knowing this person has children.
Well, that's the
And
difference. If you know they have it,
If you
that's
know
different
that,
than if they
right?
introduce them to you out of nowhere. But if you go in there knowingly, if you get married to this person knowing they've had children, you gotta learn. You gotta understand that you know what you were going into before
right,
you knew what you were already going into. And with children comes responsibility. So if you know you can't take on the responsibility of parenting or co-parenting, then you got to say something before you get married, because then you can't be
Right.
treating that person child any kind of way because you're not happy
Right.
about it. Don't go
right.
in
Right.
it if you can't deal with it.
And
Right.
a lot of people I find will take out their frustrations and their issues with the other adult on the child. And I just think that that's unfair because regardless of if the other adult told you they had children or had a child on you, you could have been married and they went out and had a baby on you with somebody else. It's still not that child's fault. I get it that there's tension and there's feelings and anger and all the things towards the adult. I get that. But the child is innocent in all of that, and the child still needs to be taken care of.
I get your view.
Hmm.
Anyway, that's all I
I
wanted.
get
I
your
just
view,
wanted to add
watermelon
that.
sugar. But what would you do if you were in a situation like? Did you get to hear the audio that I played earlier on?
No.
Yeah. The beginning.
Oh, you
The
didn't?
first.
Because that there was a situation, right? There was a whole situation with this guy who came home and he just presented an 11-year-old to his wife, and like, this is how it's
So
gonna be.
So was it that he just found out that he had this
That's the
11-year-old, or was
that's
it that he just hid it from her?
that's the thing we don't know. Oh, he hid it. He hid it because
Yeah.
at one point she
Yeah.
said, "Where's his mama? Why do I just know about this?" And he's like, "I didn't want to tell you because I didn't want to mess the relationship up." So it
Yeah.
depends. It depends if in a situation like that. It depends.
Well, that would, to me, that would say something about him. You know, I would still, look, if I chose to stay with that person, um, that child doesn't have, I mean, it would be a shock, no doubt, but that child would be taken care of as if it was my own. But
But
to
what about the
me,
man?
to I'd be ready to take care of the baby and put the man out.
Yeah. Right. Right.
I mean, to be honest with you, I'd be like, okay, the baby can stay, but you got to go.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
But
But
I
who's
keep
gonna?
asking, where's the mother for that child?
Yeah, I would really want to have a
Because if the child,
conversation with the
the
mom.
parents or mothers have to pay child support too. Because
Right.
if I'm gonna take care of your child, where the hell are you? Okay, so that means you'll be paying us child support.
It saddened me to see the child in the back listening to the father and his potential stepmom arguing. That part really hurt me because the child should not
Yeah.
be there listening to them argue over
Listening.
that, because he had
Yeah.
nothing to do with it. He had nothing to do with the actions of his father and his mom
And
for
his
him
mom.
coming here. You know.
And the other piece was, did the mother know that the father took the baby? I mean, took the child.
That's
Like, does
another
she?
thing.
You know what I'm saying? Does she know? I mean,
We
because
don't even know.
folks.
They may have been
Okay,
angry about. I'm sorry to cut you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I'm just saying, folks. They'll take their children, and it's folks be doing wild stuff sometimes, and children are caught up. And I agree with Watermelon Sugar. Children are always caught up in the middle of stuff and really don't need to be, because of the
Mhm.
two quote unquote adults that are supposed to be taking care of their situation. But some people, they don't communicate. One will take the child and then take it and bring the child to another person, and you don't know. And then the child is like, who in the where what is going on? And then the child has resentment, and the child is rebelling. Where is my mother and dad? What's going on? We don't know if that child knows, if I mean, if the mother knew that the child was being taken away to his marriage at the present time. We don't know
we
any of that.
we don't even know what he did to the did he hurt the stepmom? Did they have a fight? Did he just go
Oh
there
wow.
taking the child physically from the home? We don't know. And that is why I keep saying the conversation has to be had between the three adults. They've got to be adult enough, you know, and
Yeah.
be in charge of their emotions enough to have the
No.
conversation. Because if the
Yeah.
child is going to be there, if I accept the child there, are you going to be assisting with taking care of the financial needs of the child? How are
Hmm.
we going to be doing things like picking up? Because that dad could be taking that child there, and he's not going to be available for when it's time to, drop the child off to school, pick the child up, do different things for the child and stuff. You never know. You never
Hmm.
know. So you're putting this woman in a position now that she's going to have to change all, her regular routine and stuff to accommodate this new child that you took here out of nowhere.
Right.
So I'm just saying it's a lot.
And she may be working. She may be, her situation. Everybody. But that's the reason why I say, know the laws before you get into these situations, y'all. Know the laws, the rules, everything, because it's when it hits you, and you'll be, oh my God, I didn't know this.
Exactly. Have
You
a
But
know,
good
anyway.
day,
Carrie.
Isaiah.
Oh,
You could go ahead, Heatwave.
yeah, Carrie.
Oh no,
You keep
Watermelon
saying,
Sugar dropped off. Thank you so much for coming up, Watermelon Sugar. I didn't even notice because I was looking down at other stuff. I'm sorry, guys. I am multitasking while I'm behind here. Thank you so much for coming up, Watermelon Sugar. Go ahead, Heatwave.
you saying the three people have to have a talk, right? That's not good. Most time it would not help, because you might know for you it's all about the child, right? As being
Hmm.
a new stepmom to this child. The other party, you don't know what's going on there, how their relationship was, how you understand I'm saying? Did they had a full blown relationship? It was not oops baby and all of that.
Hmm.
Because
Which
most
it
of these
probably
women,
was.
they're not even interested in the child. They're more interested in getting that man by any
Right, or
means
getting back
necessary.
at him
You
too.
see? So
Hmm.
you talking to them, it's not going to help things. They could agree with you all around and say, yes, we're going to be one big, happy, extended family and all of that, just to get to that man, to get to your husband. It's not about a child anymore. It's just a nice, neat package for them to
Hmm.
be okay to slip in and slip out.
Yeah.
You understand? So it depends on who you're
Hmm.
dealing with. You
Right.
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying?
It's
I
crazy.
mean, yeah. I'm just grateful, and grateful that I had this experience growing up.
Huh.
And when I say the experience, like the what Vary's saying, that people got together and sat together and
Mm.
mapped out what was going to be for the parenting part of the situation. And so, my biological father and my father, both of them. understood and they were okay with, their each one's place. And my mother's friend, he was not like, listen, she has a dad, she has a father, and I am here too. And I love her, and I'm gonna nurture her and raise her and things of that nature. He used to drop me off at my father's house, no problem.
Okay.
I was loving, honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you, I mean, it's crazy. You know how kids like to see their parents together? I was like, look, if I have two houses, I get I get two Christmases, I got Christmas presents, I get
Oh.
two birthdays. I was like, don't y'all try to get together on my account. Don't do it. Don't no, don't get together for me because
You were
this
loving it
is
as a
fine.
child.
As a child, I'm like, I'm going here, going there, and it was really interesting because my mom's friend, his family, oh my God, they were just amazing. I keep in contact with them today. They're in Florida, in Jersey and in Florida, and I keep in contact with them today. Whenever they have an events, if I have to go to Florida or something like that, I can stay
Mm-hmm.
with them. Well, Virginia, but the bottom line is, uh, can it work? I think it can. Does it always not? We know it doesn't. It usually does not. Like Heat Wave said, it's just something that people putting the child first. And I will say this: my mother was a stickler about respect. So when I used to come off at the mouth, because I know y'all don't believe that I was a mouthy person, young person. I know y'all don't believe that. Whenever I got out of order, my mother made sure that she got me back in order. I didn't disrespect anybody. I wasn't allowed to talk to any adult any kind of way. Honestly, I stayed in my place. Where when adults were doing adult things, children were not around. That's how I was raised. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I,
Understand? Hmm.
you know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, my mother was also very highly protective because we all, have family members that, have, they drink and things. I would not, there were certain family members I could not, my mother would not let me stay at their house. Absolutely not. No way, Jose. Not they were
Hmm.
doing things. Nope, nope. You can't stay there. Mm-mm. You're
Correct.
not. You're not
Correct.
staying with your cousins. They can come over.
Hmm.
And then I was ready for them to leave because they used to mess up my toys and stuff, and they used to break them and whatnot. I wasn't used to that. I was like, they can go home, and I got used to, just like only child syndrome. I got used to it. Like, look, these people, they don't know. They were just hard on toys. They were hard on my bike and everything. Every time we would go out and do something, all my toys get broken.
Oh no.
Yeah, and I told my mother, she was like, "You want your cousins to come over this weekend?" Nope.
Mhm.
And she
You
was
were
like,
thinking about
okay.
your toys.
She was like, okay, you're learning, huh? I was like, they don't, no, ma'am. You gotta wait to get something to eat, and I was like, huh? Nah, I can't. I cannot. So that's just, it's a little humor in it because it's the only child syndrome that I have very much. But the bottom line is that it I wasn't I was okay with the separations and all of that and everything. But as long as my parents and my mom's friend and the families were okay, we were okay. I was
Oh,
fine,
okay. Yeah.
you know. But anyway,
I
let me go because
They.
it is 9:18. So I am on
9:18.
East Coast time. But thank you for letting me share. It kind of worked out with everything that's going on and whatnot. We're gonna be putting these pieces of the puzzle together as far as the fast food and everything and all that kind of stuff with the pets. Heat wave. I think that
Yeah.
yeah, you guys,
Was so nice speaking to
talking.
you, TC.
It was great
Yeah, it
talking
was
with you.
nice hearing from you. I
Yeah.
appreciate you for coming up and sharing with us. And for
Thank
those
you.
who are
Thank you.
listening, you heard about the new changes too. And I'm pretty sure
Yes.
it means that you need to
Yes.
also go do your research to find out stuff. Um,
Right. This is
It's
coming from the
expensive.
United States Department of Education. That's, so, and then if anybody wants to visit their website and look, financial aid 2024, 25, 24 and 25. That's when it's going to
Mhm.
start. You can look and everything. But I would like to have somebody come on who's from the financial aid, the education department, and do a little tour to talk about it, that kind of thing. As
Okay,
as
that's
as
Thank God my
layman as,
youngest is in college right now. Thank God. Maybe dip out
oh
of that.
really?
Thank God. Yeah, thank
Is
God.
she, oh, okay. Is she at an HBCU?
No. Mm-mm.
Oh, okay, because there's a scholarship, the Luther Vandross scholarship. It's on Pretty Chocolate Girls, and Watermelon Sugar has it in her on her community wall boards and all that.
It's so
In
sad,
case.
TC, not cutting you, that a lot of things we cannot say out here, but this doxing and this toxin.
no, with the
You know what I'm
nature of the
saying?
sector,
So
it's
much we don't
Understood.
probably
like to
not good
share.
to.
But
Yes.
Yeah.
Understood. But there's some information about a Luther Vandross Foundation scholarship
mhm,
that's for folks that are at an HBCU, their third, fourth, and fifth year of
mhm.
college, and so if they need that, it's there. Uh huh.
Well, thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
coming up,
Thank you
TC.
so
I
much.
appreciate you. Oh, and also
Alrighty.
watermelon sugar. Thank you so much. I appreciate
Yes.
you for coming up. Thank you so
And the
much.
You
watermelon sugar says she gonna throw the dude out and gonna keep the baby.
That was hilarious. That was hilarious. Hey
I
yeah,
know
Tracy.
that's
right.
right. I know that's right. That's
Yep.
right.
She
All
said
right,
one
y'all.
is gonna
Have a
have to
good
say
one.
me or
Okay.
you or me. Okay, thank you,
Have a blessed
TC.
one.
Yes, you too. Have a great one. Peace.
Thank you. In all fairness, though, if you really think about it, it's not just the child who's gonna have to adjust when they come, in a situation like this. This woman is going to have to adjust in so many ways. You're sacrificing your physical energy. Like I was saying before, the school drop offs, the doctor's visit, extra housework, because that is also, going to take a demand on your physical body. So that's more physical activity. So that's one thing the wife is going to have to start sacrificing. You're going to have to start sacrificing your finances. So what if
Mm-hmm.
you were spending on one child before, now you're spending on two? If you were buying enough food for yourself and your husband only, now you're buying for more. So it can
Disciplining
become
that child,
exorbitant.
you know?
Right. Yeah, so there's like so many things, there are so many things to think about. Your physical, your emotional. The emotional
Mm-hmm.
part is going to be even more draining because you have to get over this whole hurdle and you may not even get over it. The whole idea that you're going to have to now become a stepmom, the fact that the person cheated on you. You see what I'm saying?
Because when a
These
child
are
come into a relationship when they're young, they don't know any better. But a 11-year-old, you understand what I'm saying? And
mhm.
especially how it started off, maybe probably that lady will make a good stepmom if she decides to stay in the marriage. But
Right.
because of what happened in the presence of that child might
Mhm.
already take it like she don't like me. So anything
Right.
she say for the good or try to discipline or
There's
just
going to be
redirect
a
that child, he'll think it's
right.
coming out of anger or a place of badness. You understand? And they're
Yeah.
gonna have a lot of problems. She happens if she stay.
Right. She's
You
gonna
know.
have it's gonna drain her emotionally too. And not only that, the fact that she's probably gonna have to deal with the issues with the in-laws. So it's not just having to deal with the issues that the child may come with, but she's gonna have to deal with the issues that comes with the in-laws, maybe the mother, their family, her family, and all of that. It's a lot to think about. It's a
Well,
lot of
thank God my time has
sacrifices.
passed, child. I was a stepmom. Mm-hmm.
It's a lot
Yep.
of sacrifices. Hey, Tracy's World.
You
Hey,
just
everybody
gotta know
coming
how to
in.
do your stuff. You
A
gotta
view is a
take it
view.
in hand. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if a view is here. She said she wanted to click the link. I don't know if you're still here, a view is a view. But if not, that means, I could probably wrap up. She said she had a story that she wanted to tell too. Let me look. I haven't seen her comment in a while. Where is she? Hold on. She said she'd wait. She wanted to speak on it. There you go. Said she wanted to speak on it. So let's see. Let's see. I don't know if she's still here. If you're here, I dropped the link of Viewers of You. Tracy's World, what's going on with you? How are you? What's going on with you? I heard you're back with Carlos. I don't know how true that is. I hear you've been going on with a lot of stuff, girl. Tracy's World, you've been going on. Okay. I've been hearing some stuff. I've been hearing some stuff. I don't know how true they are. I haven't been able to catch. There's so many content creators on here. There's so many things to try to keep up with, and there's just not enough time in the day. Because if you got one doing 5 hours over here, another doing six there, another doing two there, and you're supposed to be working and getting stuff done, you can't always catch everything.
Yeah.
You can't always. So I like the cliff notes. Or if I go in a live and I hear what the conversation is, like I say, okay, I need cliff notes. Let me take two or three sentences out of this. Okay, so this is what's happening here, and then I go. Because I not all lives. There are some lives that I do get the chance to stay in for the whole time, but not
Mm-hmm.
all. It depends on what's happening.
Right.
At work. So it is what it is. I'm not hearing from a viewers of you, so I may have to just wrap this up right now.
Okay, Carrie, you take care. It's nice
I
being
appreciate
here.
you for coming up, Heat Wave.
Nice
I
topic,
was
my dear. I
supposed to come
enjoy
back
it.
last night. I was supposed to come back last night, but it just didn't happen. It just didn't. Sleep took a toll.
You
Okay.
got to come a little often. I know you have your work and so forth, but
Yeah.
miss you.
I'll try
All
to
right.
if I'm gonna come,
Mm.
it has to be more in the nights. I'll do better that way.
Okay.
I know. Because in
Hopefully,
the
I'm awake.
mornings I'm pretty busy.
Okay, my dear. Take care, okay? You
Okay,
have a
I
blessed one.
appreciate you for coming up and have a good day
No
too,
problem.
Heat Wave.
Anytime. Bye bye.
All right. Okay, so I'm gonna have to check out. I appreciate everyone who participated in the conversation today. So that's to everybody who was in the chat today, who gave their commentary, gave their views on the situation. Thank you so much. I want to thank Heatwave for clicking the link. I appreciate you, Heatwave, for contributing to the discussion today. I want to thank Watermelon Sugar for contributing to the discussion today. I also want to thank TeeCeehbcuqueen Queen for contributing to the conversation today. And everybody who typed in the chat, we had some good responses and back and forth. That was good. I appreciate you all. Um, Strictly Platinum, you're running too. A view is a view. I was waiting. I don't know if you're still hearing me or if you're busy right now, but you had mentioned that you wanted to say something regarding the topic. If you're here, let me know. Also, I want to thank everyone who typed in the chat. If you're a mod and you stopped by, thank you so much. For those who are listening on the replay, I appreciate you also for coming through. I appreciate everyone actually, and I like my nice intimate conversations that I have with my true supporters. Okay, we don't always have what the beef sector gives. We don't always have what's it called? The rah 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 or whatever, the beefing. I like the idea of having conversations and interacting with the audience on an intimate level. I appreciate that more than always having to have the negativity and stuff. When it's time for that, it's time for that. When it's time to have like conversations and just kick back for the most part, because I'm pretty much a laid back type of person. That's just who I am. Um, so I prefer that. I like that. Ooh, Tracy responded. I didn't see it. Tracy says she's not back with Carlos. Okay. Because I was hearing that and I don't know how true it is. Because some people are saying he never went away. Or no, they say you were still communicating with him and you're back with him, but you're not letting people know. And they're saying that's one of the reasons why you've been showing up your body these days and stuff. I've just been hearing these things on the streets. Tracy's World. That's not from me, girl. Not from me, girl. Mm-mm. It isn't from me. Thank you, Heatwave. Please remember to thumbs up the video. It's so easy. You close the chat. So easy. Close that chat. Go to the left. You see the thumbs up button. Click on it, and then go right back to live chat. You'll be fine. It takes you 3 seconds. So that's one of the ways that you can support the channel. Cash apps are not necessary. the thumbs up is fine, the sharing is fine, just you coming and communicating in the chat is fine and stuff. Just once you're here to support, that's good enough for me. You know, you don't owe me shit. That's how I look at it. Okay. Um, I enjoyed the conversation today. I just want to remind those people out there to respect their relationships, respect your marriage, respect the man you're with, respect the woman you're with, and stop going out there creating them babies. Stop going out there being irresponsible. And you're going out there cheating, and you don't even respect yourself or your wife enough to use a condom. You're going in and having unprotected sex without knowing what the other individual has, and then you're going to come home to your wife or your husband and also have unprotected sex. That is very disrespectful. Remember, guys, your body is your temple and you need to take care of it. Okay. If you are not ready to be in a committed relationship, don't tie somebody down. If you're not ready for that, don't sit in a relationship or a marriage. Don't get into one of them. Stay and play the field all you want. Go around doing whatever you need to do. And if it's a choice, because you claim you want to settle down, but you're still doing the same things you were doing prior, and it's not fair to the other person who decided that they wanted to settle down too. It's not fair, and you're putting people's sexual health at risk based on some of the things you do. And if you're not happy in a marriage or not happy in a relationship, do what you need to do so you can both be happy. Don't sit around being miserable or going out cheating and stuff. If you're not happy, move on. Don't sit in misery. That's all I gotta say. And for those, shout out to those women who are taking care of their stepchildren like their own, and co-parenting and doing what they need to do and having a healthy relationship, even if it's with the child's mother or the child's father, whoever it is. Shout out to those parents, male or female, who are taking care of children who are not biologically theirs, but you're taking care of them because it's not the child's fault. It's not. They didn't ask to be put in the position that they're in. So, it's just it just makes no sense to try to hurt the child any more than they're already experiencing some kind of hurt with the fact that their parents split up, or that they may feel like an outsider because their parents are not together, or they may have to deal with stepmoms or stepdads. Think about the children when you're doing some of the things you do. That's all I got to say. Shout out to everyone who was in the live today. I appreciate you all. Please have a wonderful rest of your day. For those who are going to work or, don't conducting business, hope you have a productive day today. Um, Remember to call someone you haven't spoken to in your family before. Now, we're in April, May at this point. If you haven't spoken to your sister, your brother, and aunt because life has been so busy for you, whoever in your family, and you didn't take the time out to go visit or call them, go call them today and stop being like that. Go, because sometimes we tend to want to say all the nicest stuff to them when they're dead and they can't hear you. So talk to them while you can when they're alive. That's all I got to say. Okay. That's all I gotta say. Sometimes we become so busy, with stuff happening in life. It is not that you don't want to talk to them. It's just time doesn't sit still, and you end up seeing months go by and you haven't spoken to them. So if you got to do that, go ahead and do that. Okay, that's it, and that's all. I think I've talked enough for this morning. It's been over 3 hours. I came on here to do an hour, and I always do this to myself. So I gotta go. I gotta go make that money. All right. Have a wonderful day, guys. And let's dance out of here. It was a really good conversation today, and I appreciate everyone who participated. Okay. So as usual, we move our hips out of here. If you can't deal with the drums, that's your issue, not mine. Bye. At least move your hips. Come on. Woo! Okay. Oh Lord. Bye everybody. I hope at least one of you was dancing. Okay. I know I was. Okay. Woo! Woo! Okay. All right. Bye everybody for real this time. Whoa.